Welcome to the Mountain West. Welcome to homecoming in Reno, Nevada. A crucial game tonight. Boise State.
Defense. Foul is a spot foul. Automatic first down.
And Nevada. You never want to speak over the referee. Rich Waltz along with Aaron Murray. Cassie McKinney will join us shortly. Well, look, this is a crucial game because both teams lost last week. Both teams weren't happy about it. And both teams have high aspirations this season. This is the second possession for Nevada. Ty Ganji is playing and starting and looking good. He engineered a 69-yard scoring drive for a field goal on the first possession. Second possession here, McLean Mannix is caught right at the 37-yard line of Boise State. And Aaron Murray, the question is, how much mobility will Ganji have?
Boy, it's going to be very limited for Ganji tonight, but that's fine because he's a very talented thrower. He understands the offense. He feels very comfortable with his receivers. Yes, he wants to be able to run, but he also understands I have to stay in this football game in order to give my team an opportunity to win this.
Mannix in motion. Ganji on the handoff. Still fighting there is Toa Taua. And Taua, a terrific effort. And a nice gain there. He'll bring up third down and about 2. Jay Norvell's in his second year here at Nevada. Last year they took it on the chin in a rebuilding year at 3-9. So to be 3-3 right now is a lot of progress.
Yeah, and this team has been playing great lately. I mean, great ball last week, even missing their starting quarterback. Offensively had their struggles with an inexperienced backup, but defensively right now, this Nevada team has been playing lights out.
Third down and 2. And Taua again. Durant Miles made the hit. It's right on the sticks. You can see Brian Harsin walking down to the sticks to see if his defense is held. He's had an incredible run. A great legacy at head coach at Boise State, and Harsin was the offensive coordinator for many years for Dan Hawkins and Chris Peterson. He's now in his 5th year, and it's not a first down. It is 4th down and less than a yard. Christian Solano comes in. Solano is a running quarterback. He started last week in the loss to Fresno State.
Well, they understand having a quarterback with the threat of running the football is very important to this offense, even though they're in a Wildcat offense right now.
On the left side, and that's a first down. Kelton Moore, Devontae Lee got the first down, lost his helmet, kept his mouthpiece, and that's a nice gain, and it might be even more.
Personal foul, late hit, 98, Boise. 15-yard penalty for the first down. Number 2 from Nevada can stay in.
It's a great job getting the Wildcat, getting behind your offensive line, and then just turning the legs for the first down. But we see right here, plays over, whistle's been blown. And that's just silly. That gives the offense 15 more yards. An offense, like you said, Rich, had a great first drive. This second drive's going perfectly as well. You don't want to give up free 15 yards here and there.
So Natani Louie, the guilty party for Boise State. Now Ganji's back in there with Kelton Moore behind him. Moore's a big back. Moore's got room. He's to the 5 and he rumbles into the 4. Nawahidi made the stop. Nevada is rolling right now.
Yeah, I want to focus on Trey Carter-Wells, number 49, tight end. They're going to utilize him not only in the pass game, but in the run game. Great job fitting up on the linebacker, and that's a beautiful hole to get them inside the 5-yard line.
This is Moore again. Ball's loose. Boise State has it. Louie falls on it. And Boise State forces a huge turnover.
Louie making up for that personal penalty a few plays ago. But that's a great job by this Boise State defense, knocking the ball out.
Big turnover. For those of you watching on CBSSports.com, our streaming coverage will conclude after the commercial break, but we'll continue on CBS Sports Network. 3-0 Nevada. One of the most accomplished quarterbacks in the country in the middle there, Brett Rippon, Let's take a look at our CDW eye vision. Aaron Murray, what do you like about him?
There's a lot to like. You turn the film of this quarterback. The one thing that stands out to me, his anticipation, throwing the ball before the receiver even gets to the top of his route. He does it better than anyone else in the country, one of the top guys. And then his vision, being able to look off a safety, understand he is one-on-one, trusting his receiver, and throwing a dime, and then pressure in his face. Feeling it, understanding it, but having the willingness to step into his throw and make those accurate balls down the field for touchdowns.
When asked about Rippon's performance last week, Brian Harsin, the head coach at Boise State, said, yeah, he didn't have a great game, but he didn't have a lot of help. And that was an indictment on the entire offense, not just Rippon.
No, we talked about it, Rich. It starts with the offensive line. One, establishing the run to be able to give the quarterback some more time, whether it's in play action pass or in drop back. But then his receivers, they got to find a way to create some more separation tonight as well.
That is John Hightower, and he's got room. Hightower up the sideline. One man to beat, and he will beat him. Boise State in true Bronco fashion. A little trickery and a touchdown.
Yeah, just a simple jet sweep. We're going to see it. Put Hightower in motion, hand it off. But the big thing I want you to see, Monster, number 8, you'll see him at the top of the screen. That's a great job as a receiver, locking onto your cornerback, blocking for your buddy on the outside. And then from there, just Hightower using his speed, getting to the edge, and outrunning everyone for a touchdown.
And the penalty for celebration, 88 yards.
I don't know about that one, Rich. I know they don't want to draw attention to the player.
There are 2 fouls on the play, both on Boise State. After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 16. Also after the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 7. Both penalties be assessed on the kickoff.
Well, A.J. Richardson is number 7, and of course Hightower is number 16. It's rare that you get 2 unsportsmanlike.
It's going to be a long kickoff, that's for sure. It's going to be a long one. I saw nothing with that. I mean, you're celebrating a great touchdown. I didn't think anything was excessive, but obviously different view for the ref down there making the call.
Well, and a nice shot in the arm for Boise State and their offense. Remember, defense leads to offense. Riley Wimpy forced the fumble. And John Hightower goes 88 for the score. John Hightower, an 88-yard run for a score. Let's go down to the field. It's really nice to have Cassie McKinney back with us. Cassie?
Yeah, Rich, it was a looming question all week if Ty Ganji would play tonight. But in Ty's mind, there was no doubt. He woke up Sunday morning, called the coaches, said, I'm playing. Now, he's still dealing with that left quad injury. There's still some swelling in that leg, but he has it taped up. He's also had 2 layers of pads underneath there called an Evo Shield that they molded to his leg. Now, Coach Norvell told us Ganji will play as long as he's protecting himself. If he can't protect himself, then there is no sense in risking it, guys.
All right, thank you, Cassie. And you're right, Aaron Murray. This is a long kickoff from the 10-yard line.
This is only going to give Nevada, who's moved the ball effectively so far this game, great field position to start this 3rd possession off.
That is Dan Henley. That's a great kick. From the 15, straight ahead he goes, has a seam, bounces across the 40, still on his feet. Boise trying to rip the ball loose, and they may have done it again. A wrestling match ensues. And it's going to be Nevada's football. Boise sideline reacted as if they had the football, but it's Nevada who will hold on to it and have great field position at their 45-yard line. Here's a look at it.
You see the ball a little bit too loose, but all these defenders, they're taught. Yeah, it definitely came out. These defenders are taught. They see any kind of error between that ball and the offensive player and his body, they're going to try to rip it out. That's twice tonight. We've seen it already here in the first quarter.
Trey Carter-Wells on the special teams is the Nevada player who recovered it. And so 1st and 10. Now Nevada has moved the ball quite well in this ball game. They have just 3 points. Remember, they fumbled it inside their 10. Ganji rolling to the right, throws a strike, caught there. Romeo Dubs holds on, and he's got a first down. That's a gain of about 14. And the Cow arrives with the Chick-fil-A starting lineups. Ty Ganji, he's a mobile quarterback usually, but not tonight.
Well, he did a great job right there, being able to get out of the pocket as a semi-rollout. So he has the ability to somewhat move, but you're not going to see him on the read options being able to go there and take 10 to 15-yard runs. We want to see him, this coaching staff wants to see him more stay in the pocket tonight.
And he's playing against a Boise State defense that gets to the quarterback. Offensively, he has weapons, especially on the outside. McLean Mannix caught a big pass on that field goal drive.
Yeah, I like this crew of receivers right here, especially the slot receivers, Mannix and Fossum, but it starts with Mannix. We've seen it all year long, the attention he creates. Teams have to double team him, whether it's a linebacker and a corner and a safety, and that just opens everyone else up to get open downfield.
Devontae Lee is in. Play action. Ganji with time whips it down the sideline, and it's incomplete. There was contact and a receiver down at the 15, but no flag. This is a really good Boise State defense, 15th nationally in total defense, and they get to the quarterback a lot. They already have a sack tonight. Jabril Frazier is one of the best in the West at getting to quarterbacks.
Yeah, had 3 sacks heading into tonight's game, picked up his 4th early on, and like you said, Rich, they get after the quarterback. It starts with their front 4, 18 sacks on the season, now 19 sacks. They do a great job, especially in 3rd and long situations.
3rd down 10, let's see if they blitz. They do. A lot of pressure. Ganji's throw in traffic is broken up, incomplete. Kekaula Kaniho, the sophomore out of Hawaii, breaks it up.
And it starts with the pressure up front. You see it, a free rusher coming right at Ganji. Got to get rid of the ball early, but then that's a great job defensively, and the defensive back understand, hey, we're bringing a blitz. The quarterback's going to get a little bit of pressure. He's going to get out of his hands early. Great job breaking that pass up.
Well, Ganji right now is in a much deeper shotgun, maybe a quick kick, and it is. And he just drops it inside the 10, big bounce, knocked down at the 2, and down right there. How about that? Dominic Christian on the special teams. Ganji's got a sore left leg, but the right one works just fine.
Yeah, the right leg looked great right there, pinning them back. Let's see if Boise State can have another great offensive possession.
College football on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Verizon, the unlimited plan you need on the network you deserve. By Chick-fil-A Nuggets, tonight is Nugget Night. And by Go RVing, find your way, go RVing.
Virtual reality goggles in the hands of a all-SEC quarterback, Aaron Murray. That's Matt Mumme, the offensive coordinator. Ty Ganji, the Nevada quarterback. That's one of the tools they have that helps them with their quarterbacking and reading. And we couldn't get Aaron Murray out of that room. Bring on the Cow. Little Chick-fil-A lineup check here. Rippon's numbers are just terrific. He is one of the most accomplished quarterbacks in the nation.
No, it's incredible. You see the 12 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Both those were last week. I want to see how he rebounds. We talked about his schedule and what he does during the week to get ready. He feels confident. He told us this week. He put last week behind him. He's ready to go out there tonight and make some noise.
Back up against their own goal line. 2nd down and 8. And Madison stood up at the 10, but he fights his way for a first down. Nephi Sewell makes the stop for Nevada. Boise State's offense, there's plenty of weapons. They need to get Madison rolling. He had a nice year last year, kind of a slow start this year.
Yeah, he's had his moments. He has 6 touchdowns on the season right now, but it's less to do with him and more to do with this offensive line right now. Can they be better zone protecting? Can they be better in the power game, getting up to that 2nd level? Because I don't care who you are as a running back. If your offensive line can't get the job done, there's just nowhere to go.
Madison in the backfield, Rippon on play action, lots of time, deep shot, sideline, and he overthrows Khalil Shakir. This is a good defense for Nevada. Jeff Castile is their defensive coordinator, and a playmaker at strong safety in Damian Baber.
Yeah, this 3-3-5 defense, it's fun, it's exciting. There's a lot of speed at the linebacking position, at the safety position, but you turn on the film, and Baber just happens to be everywhere in the run game, in the pass game, causing turnovers. He is a headhunter. He's going to have to be all over the place tonight in order for this defense to have success.
It was John Hightower on a fly sweep who went 88 yards on that first drive for Boise State. Madison's not going anywhere. And Sonny Rufus, the free safety, essentially cleaned the play up. But good push up front from Corey Rush and Hausia Sakona.
And we talked with the coaches for Nevada yesterday. The big thing they told us, Rich, from last season to this year, it's the size of their defensive line. They went from about 260 pounds to about 290 now. They're beefier, they're stronger, they've been eating more, and they're doing a great job stuffing the run this entire season.
And themselves, apparently, for a nice weight gain in the offseason.
A little extra ice cream after dinner.
They're down in 10. Blitz comes, ripping with time, on the money, caught there at the 24. Falling forward is a Killian Butler, and he's got a Boise State first down.
It's a great job by Butler right here, exploding off the line of scrimmage. You see those last sudden steps, creating the separation between him and the DB. And that's the issue, though. If you want to bring pressure for Nevada, you have to play tight coverage on the outside. That's just a better route, like I said, creating that separation and then coming back to the quarterback to make the catch.
Flags down.
Ball start, number 77, offense. 5-yard penalty, Maine's first down.
John Molchon, the junior out of Las Vegas.
John Molchon right there, gonna get a little, you see, just trying to get a little excited, trying to be able to get that double team with the nose guard up to the linebacker. Just got a quick start on that one.
So first down and 15. Madison in the backfield with Rippon. Another quick throw, it's deflected and caught. Is it a pick or did it hit the turf? Incomplete, the officials say. That was Baber coming up trying to snatch it before it hit the ground. Gabriel Sewell got a hand on the football.
That's Rippon trying to throw it a little bit too hard. I don't think he saw the linebacker Sewell come underneath it.
Whoa! That's worth a look.
Close. I'm sure they're going to take a look at this one. This will be a great angle right here. Ball's in the air.
Now did
the ball looks to be resting on the ground from that angle right there. Baber did not fully get his hands underneath the football.
You could see it move in his hands when it hit the ground. But
it's a great play, though.
Yeah.
Great diving effort. But for Rippon right there, understanding it was a little bit of a zone read option with the pass attached to it. But great play by Sewell, getting up there, tipping the ball up. And almost another, we talked about Baber at the beginning of this drive. You're going to see him all over the place, pass game, run game. And that's just laying out. Almost gets it. It's close. But from that view, it looks like he has. But this view, you can tell the ball starts to rest on the ground.
Now it has to be definitive to overturn the call, which was incomplete.
See, from right there, it looks, Rich, it looks like it moves like you said before. At this moment right there, it's going to be close though, but you remember the initial call was an incompletion.
And that holds weight.
Yes.
I will say this, great work in the truck. We had 4 really good looks at that play. And it shows you how hard it is to call that on the field, because we watched it in not only slow motion, but super slow motion.
Well, it's hard too, because I feel it's every single year what's a catch and what's not a catch. The rules, I feel like, are always changing, but I think this one is pretty definitive from the back end zone, the high end zone view of the ball moving. But
you know, in 3 of the 4 looks, it didn't look like the ball moved. That one look.
It's the one look that showed that kind of bobbled a little bit, but you can tell from maybe the back side, so from the defensive angle, the high end zone, there's a possibility that he did maintain, and it looks like they're celebrating a little bit on the Nevada defensive side. So this may be ruled an interception. They're looking up at the board right now.
If it is overturned, this will be a spectacular interception.
Well, it's also Rippon trying to force a ball. You know, not a great week last week, had a couple interceptions coming out early this game, trying to make a couple plays.
Now you see the turnover towel, that's Nevada's prize for forcing a turnover. They haven't awarded it yet, but it's poised to be draped over Baber.
Well, Sewell needs a little bit of that towel too, because that was a tremendous play by him, getting vertical, knocking the ball up, giving Baber an opportunity to make that interception if this is ruled an interception at the end of the day. But they're taking a hard look at this right now.
We should just watch the towel. If the towel is awarded, then it's a turnover.
I think this will be a great view to show if it is. If we pause it right there. I mean, he's gripping it pretty tight with both hands right there. It's just a matter if they look at it and say, does the ball move enough on the ground? Let's pause right.
And to me, that's one of the looks where it doesn't move.
Yep. And this angle is just a little bit different right here.
Here comes the call.
After review, the ruling on the bill is reversed.
Whoa!
Completed interception, the Nevada ball on the 40-yard line.
And that is a
Doesn't mean it's
spectacular interception. The tip by Sewell and the grab by Baber. And the turnover towel has been awarded.
I like it.
7-3 Boise State. This is a critical game here in the Mountain West tonight. Our Dr. Pepper Fansville camera homecoming here in Reno. This was last night. Had the band out, had the Spirit Squad out, and a big rally right on campus. And after the parade, you got to have some homecoming fireworks. Oohs and ahs. And yes, the turnover towel on the sideline. Nevada with the football. Little toss to Romeo Dubs, and he breaks loose. Dubs flying through the air, lands at the 20-yard line. And Nevada has a big play, and they're deep in Boise State territory.
I want you to watch left guard Jake Nelson get out in front. Doesn't make clean contact, but forces his defender to go over top, which allows his receiver, Dubs, to get the big yardage on the screen pass to the outside.
Ty Ganji, playing with that sore left leg, is throwing the ball well. This is Jackson Kincaid breaking loose in the end zone. Touchdown, Nevada. You talk about momentum after a turnover.
And we talk about offensive line play and dominating the line of scrimmage. We talked about the previous play in the screen, Nelson getting outside, blocking for the receiver, and then the offensive line, that right side, just completely dominating, moving the defensive line, moving the linebackers, and that was a wide open hole to get the rushing touchdown.
It's a 21-yard scamper by Kincaid, his third touchdown on only his 9th carry. And the extra point is up and good, and homecoming is off to a good start here in Reno.
Let's look at this last play. I want you to focus on the right side of the offensive line and see from the center over, from Krebs on, and just see the movement that's created at the defensive line, and then those guys getting to the secondary. Kincaid didn't see anyone until he got to the safety, and then it's just one-on-one, and he did a great job finishing it. But like I said, it starts with the big boys up front. They did a tremendous job opening that hole right open for their running back for the touchdown.
Boise State is 15th nationally in total defense. Nevada has 152 yards already.
You gotta think, Rich, we were talking at the break. I mean, this could be right now possibly a 21-0 game. Obviously, they got inside the 5-yard line, had the offside, settled for a field goal, got back inside the 10, fumbled it, then Boise State scored 2 plays later. You know, this Nevada team, they came ready to go tonight. They were well prepared. They've been playing well. And I'm sure they're feeling great that Ganji's back as their quarterback also.
Kincaid wearing number 5. And of course, Baber on the defensive side wearing number 5. When we get back to the hotel tonight, I want you to remember those numbers here in Reno. Hightower, who had the 88-yard run for the touchdown, returns this kick across the 20 out to the 23-yard line. All right, now how do you get this Boise State offense started?
Just like Nevada in the run game getting going with the offensive line, same thing with Boise State. Harsin said it, Zach Hill told us in the meetings this week, we have to run the football. There's going to be a 3-down front defensively. We need to ID it correctly, understand who's the offensive line's responsibility, who's the tight end responsibility, and then dominate, get us a 2nd and short, and then get this offense to 3rd and short as well.
He went 156 attempts before that pick last week, that first pick. He threw 2 against San Diego State. Madison spinning away from Kyle Adams is going to get back to the line of scrimmage. And not only the 3-man front, but there's playmakers behind this defensive line. Malik Reed is a disruptor. Gabe Sewell already has forced a turnover, and Adams has made 2 nice plays in the backfield.
Well, it starts with, we talk about the size of the defensive line. These guys getting bigger. They're causing more attention, more double teams, which allows these linebackers to run more free and get those TFLs or even tackles at the line of scrimmage. We saw that last play.
It was a gain of 1. Madison has more room here, and he's going to get to the 28-yard line, still well short of the first down. Now, Boise State scored not on essentially a trick play, but a gadget-type play, a fly sweep with Hightower, who went 88 yards. They're famous for their trick plays. Maybe a few of those, if they reach into the bag, can loosen things up?
Yeah, maybe, but for this Nevada team, they're expecting the unexpected. It's all a lot of window dressing, the shifts, the motions, the trick plays. So for them defensively, it's all about making sure they have their responsibility, and the eye discipline is very key when you're playing a Boise State offense. 4
receivers, Madison in the backfield. Rippon will throw, a short toss, caught in traffic, nicely done. CT Thomas with the strong hands, the sophomore out of Lancaster, Texas.
And that's a great job by CT getting open. Great job offensive line. Just enough time to intercept. It's a quick protection. But CT in the slot, he has a little bit of wiggle. He has trouble if a DB or a linebacker or safety tries to press him, but if he has some space, coaches like what he can do.
Andrew Van Buren in the backfield, and he's going to carry it left side. A gain of maybe 3, the freshman out of West Hills, California. And the first quarter winding down. And that's not a good sign. Eric Quevedo, the junior right guard, is down. It'll stop the clock with 16 seconds left. Nevada scored first with a field goal, and it looked like they were going to score again. Fumbled inside their 10. Boise State and Brian Harsin pulled out an 88-yard run from wide receiver John Hightower. But Nevada has reclaimed the lead here.
You see Quevedo, number 79, you see get rolled up and bent back a little bit. He's walking off on his own power, which is a good sign. So we talked about this offensive line gelling together, being able to run the football, create those lanes. You need everyone healthy in order to be able to do that.
They will wind the clock. Let's see if Boise State is going to run a play. And Rippon walking to the sideline tells you they're just going to let this thing expire. So this has always been a rivalry game that's been dominated by Boise State. It's a big night here in Nevada, a big crowd. A lot of folks have traveled from Boise as well. And a spirited first quarter with Nevada on top, 10-7. You're watching college football on CBS Sports Network. 10-7, Nevada on top of Boise State, ready to start the second quarter. Homecoming here in Reno. Rich Waltz along with Aaron Murray. Cassie McKinney is with us as well. Big question coming in. Nevada quarterback Ty Ganji, who missed last week with a leg injury. He's playing Our question was, would he be effective without his mobility?
Well, I think so, because you turn on the film of Ganji, he is a thrower first. He's not the type of quarterback who goes from run to run. He does have the ability to sit in the pocket, get through his reads. He's just going to have to focus a little bit more tonight of being able to get from 1 to 2 to 3 and then getting back down to his running back instead of taking off and running, which we've been accustomed to seeing in his game.
The other question was, would Brett Rippon and this offense bounce back from a tough go last week against San Diego State when they had just 229 yards of total offense? Madison on 2nd down and 7 is going to gain 2, and this is going to bring up 3rd down and 5. These are 2 really good defenses, and they're 2 of the better defenses in the country on 3rd downs. And so 3rd down for both offenses could be a challenge tonight.
Yeah, this Nevada team ranks 7th nationally on 3rd down, only giving up 26% of the time. So they do a great job. They mix it up a little bit between going after the quarterback, and then you'll see them drop 8, or they'll just rush the 3 defensive linemen, which they're doing right now.
Rippon rolling, throwing on the run, and it's intercepted. Picked off again. It's Baber again. Midfield to the 40, Baber to the 30, and he's knocked out of bounds. Brett Rippon went 4 games and 156 attempts without a pick. He threw 2 last week. He's thrown 2 tonight.
This is just forcing the ball. You get 3 defenders, 2 guys in route, and the ball's not even close. I mean, I would see you're throwing it on the run, throw it high, throw it even close to the sideline where it's either you catch it or no one catches it. And I'm glad we put Baber as our guy to watch this week on the field, because that's 2 interceptions. The first one a diving. And that towel is getting a lot of work right now, Rich.
He had to share the first turnover towel with Gabriel Sewell, who tipped that first pick. He's got it all to himself here. And look at the field position now for Nevada at the Boise State 29-yard line. Kelton Moore in the backfield with Ty Ganji. Ganji to work. Sideline throw, and it is picked off. It's intercepted. Tyler Horton of Boise State. Horton to the 20. Horton to the 30, Horton to the sideline, a burst of speed, Horton to the 40, he's 30, he's gotta go! Tyler Horton of Boise State, 99 yards, unbelievable.
Oh, what a game so far. This is just turnover, big play after big play after big play, and that's just a tremendous job by Horn right there. Boxing out the receiver. It's one-on-one, simple go route. As a DB, you're taught, let me force my receiver to the sideline, and Dubs has to do a better job. Number 7 receiver for Nevada needs to do a better job fighting to knock that ball down. But that's just great. Horn, 5'11", 190. Getting great position, boxing out the receiver, and that's just a tremendous job afterwards, being almost a running back out there with the ball in his hand.
That is his 5th career defensive touchdown. That's amazing. He's had an incredible career. He's out of Fresno. He had the 2 touchdowns on fumble recoveries against Troy. Wow, what a wild ride this has been. You want momentum turns? A pick by Nevada, great field position, and a pick 6, 99 yards worth of it from Tyler Horton, and Boise's back on top. Brett Rippon and Ty Ganji are both kicking themselves over interceptions. Rippon has thrown 2. Ganji throws a 99-yard pick 6. Now remember, Ganji didn't play last week because of the sore leg. On a sore leg against Air Force, he stayed in the game, and guess what? He threw a 99-yard pick 6. That's the bad news for Nevada fans. The good news is he stayed in the game and threw 3 touchdown passes after this and led Nevada to a win on the road at Air Force, which is never easy.
And I wouldn't put this pass pick totally on Ganji. As a receiver on a go ball, you need to get on top of the DB. And Dubs did not do that at all. He did not do a great job establishing his line. And then Horan did a great job going up, getting it, and then getting the pick six.
Fair catch called for. Well, Matt Mummy's offense is moving the football. I mean, that's got to be a frustration right now for Nevada. They're down 14-10.
Well, the defense has been playing great too. I mean, you got to look at this defense. Besides the long jet sweep for the touchdown for 88 yards, this defense has been dominant for Nevada, but it showed. Boise State still has 14 points on the board.
Well, we'll see how Ganji reacts. He is a senior. Remember, he's a guy that walked on at Colorado, then decided to go to junior college and ended up here. This is start number 20 in his career for the Wolfpack. Whistles on the snap.
Timeout, Nevada, their first of the half. 30-second timeout.
And so Nevada takes a timeout. With that, let's go to New York City. Independent Craft Brewery update with Brent Stover. Brent?
Guys, Hawaii 6-1 going into their matchup with BYU tonight, but down 21-0 in the second quarter after this Matt Hadley 21-yard touchdown run. Back out to you.
All right, thank you, Brent. Yeah, Hawaii's had just a magical ride, maybe the surprise team along with Utah State in the Mountain West Conference.
Yeah, and Utah State with another big win today. But Hawaii, you talk about that offense, high powered. So I wouldn't keep them at anything, even down 21-0. They can score in the blink of an eye. They've been known this entire season, put a ton of points on the board and do it in fast fashion.
Nevada's football, their own 25. Ty Ganji does not have the mobility he usually does. This is Kelton Moore. The big man is rumbling, and Kelton Moore, all 5'11", 240 pounds of him, busted out close to midfield.
Yeah, but I want you to see Sean Krebs, 64 center. You want to talk about all 6'4", 330 pounds downfield. These offensive linemen, you're going to see a lot of pulls. These guys have the ability, they have the speed, the quickness, even for big guys, to get to that second level, which has created some big runs so far tonight.
21 yards, that's the longest of the year for Kelton Moore. Play action, Ganji, little gimpy back there, but he's been on target for the most part. Caleb Fossum makes the catch. And let's check in on how Ganji's doing with Cassie McKinney. Cassie?
Well, guys, I have to point out, you would think when the offense is off the field, Ty would be resting his leg on the sideline. That hasn't been the case. He's been running around, communicating with everyone, going through what he's seen out there. So a lot of communication from him, proving not much is going to slow him down, guys.
All right, Cassie, thank you. If you've just joined us, Ty Ganji is a mobile quarterback. He's a dangerous runner, but he doesn't have that in his game tonight. He's playing with that badly bruised left leg. That's Toa, who is caught there. It's a quad injury. Look at the size of the pad on his left quad. He's also got a left knee brace. That eliminates his running. So he's a pocket passer now. Aaron Murray, he's going to have to go deeper in his progressions.
Yeah, you're just going to have to sit in the pocket, be able to get from 1 to 2 down to your running backs instead of usually you may have say, okay, let me get going and then run. But he has the ability to do it. We've seen all year. He knows this offense, and he can get through his reads.
That throw was behind Trey Carter-Wells, the tight end. And it's third down and long, third down 12.
What I'm more concerned about, especially you saw it, the padding on his left leg, his ability and his confidence to step into throws. When it's a little sticky in front of you, are you confident in that left leg to plant, step into it, and use your lower body for power to drive those throws down the field? We're going to see as this game goes along, as he starts to get hit more and more, if that front leg starts to wear down a little bit.
Nevada struggled on third down last week against Fresno State. And Ganji's throw is deflected, and there's a flag down in the backfield. And we'll see if it's a hold. Ganji wasn't hit.
Personal foul, hands to the face, number 99, defense. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot, automatic first down.
Boy, that's a big call. That's Curtis Weaver, who's a great pass rusher.
Yeah, focus on the left side of your screen right here. Curtis Weaver, you see left hand to the face of the left tackle right there, Jake Nelson. And that's tough because that's great coverage on the backside defensively. You get this team to almost 3, you'll be able to get good field position after a punt, and now Nevada has it 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
This is Moore. He's a big man. Could you imagine him as a quarterback? That's what he was in high school. I mean, he's 5'11", 240. He ran in his senior year. He ran for over 2,000 yards, and he threw for almost 1,700 yards.
Jeez. And this year he's done a great job. He's eclipsed over 1,000 yards for his career, 3 touchdowns this season, but he is a weapon. Not a back, you've seen it earlier this game, not a back that's going to beat you with speed, but he's a powerful 3rd and short, and in the goal line you're going to see him more and more.
2nd down, 8 more. Hit in the backfield and dropped. So Natane Louis with a big hit there.
Louis does a great job. You see the center try to cut him, pushes him aside, gets in the backfield, and then puts his Nevada offense in a 3rd and long situation. And the goal right now is at 3rd and about 11, 3rd and 12. May not be to get the 1st down, but let's see if we can get closer in order to get a field goal, make it an easier field goal attempt for our kicker.
Ramiz Ahmad has a big leg for Nevada. He's got a lot of range, and that's dropped. Flat out dropped by Jackson Kincaid. And so let's see if Jay Norvell turns Ahmed loose. His longest is 50 on the year. And he's coming into the football game. And this is going to be about a 49-yarder. This is a guy that went to Arizona, then to UNLV, and didn't play football. Came here and went to tryouts last year and made the team, and now he's the starting kicker. He's 5 of 7. His only misses have been from 52 and 50. Plenty of leg, and he misses it. And Boise State, their lead is still 4. Armed Forces Weekends. That's next weekend. It starts on Friday. Air Force, who almost upset San Diego State last night, is at UNLV. And then on Saturday at noon Eastern, Miami of Ohio at Army, Houston in the American at Navy at 3:30 Eastern. Some guys to watch. You know, for Air Force, they had opportunities to win last night, and there's a real question mark for them at quarterback.
Yeah, Donald Hammond been playing tremendous towards the middle of the season. Then obviously injury last night really hurt that Air Force team because they were rolling offensively, doing a great job with the new quarterback in there. So we'll see how they make those adjustments going on heading into next weekend's games.
You saw that Boise State band here. There is a huge contingent of Boise State fans here in Reno tonight. This is Madison straight ahead. And Madison gets to the 36. Good second effort there. So here's the Mountain West, who had Utah State at 5-1 early, or Hawaii at 6-1. Colorado State's been a disappointment, but look where they are. They're at 2-1 right now.
San Diego State and Fresno State playing great ball as well. It's a really tough conference this year, this Mountain West. A lot of great teams, a lot of great action. Now they're going to start playing each other more and more each and every week. 2nd down and 5, Madison again. He is going to be short of the 1st down by about 3 yards. Corey Rush, the senior out of Salt Lake City, who Jeff Castile, his defensive coordinator, told us is tougher than a pine knot. Yeah, he was telling us he is a scrapper, undersized at 6 foot 270. Not the biggest defensive line, especially when you only have 3 up there in your front. But like he said, he is a scrapper. He is tenacious getting after that football.
3rd down, ripping, rolling, and throwing that open, and it's caught there. That's Shakir, and he's knocked out of bounds. Good gain, and he is into Nevada territory at the 47.
It starts with the play action. You see the linebackers, everyone stepping up to stop the run, that 3rd and short. And Shakir sneaks right behind them and is wide open. Great accurate ball down the field. Get them crossing the 50-yard line.
They like him a lot. He's a freshman out of the Sacramento area. Robert Mahone in the ball game. Rip in the pocket, goes down. Blitz from the corner. That's Malik Reed. who was a defensive lineman and a great one last year, and this year he's a great linebacker.
And it's unfortunate here. Look at the top of your screen. We got a post route by the receiver. Cover 4, safeties bite. If Rippon just had a split second longer, we would have seen a nice, possibly 45-yard touchdown. A great job by that front 7 of Nevada again after him not giving him enough time to be able to get through his reads.
Reed was a topic of conversation all week in Boise State's practice, on our calls with the Boise State coaches. They really have emphasized where he's going to be and the damage he can do defensively. Rippon on a play action, fires to the sideline, caught there. Sean Modster with his first touch. And he's a guy that has been very dependable in his career.
Yeah, he's very versatile. He can move inside, outside. It's a great job. You see him getting the DB to turn his hips inside. Not so fast. I'm doing a quick out. That's an easy pitch and catch.
Third down 4. Empty backfield, Rippon fires it. It's in and out of the hands of Modster. Early contact, but no flags. And Daniel Brown, the senior corner, on the coverage for Nevada.
And that's a great job by Daniel Brown. Just a quick slant on the outside. I think initially Rippon looked over there, saw, maybe felt a cover 4, the corner's off. They tricked him a little bit. Safety rolled high. Daniel Brown rode down inside of cover 2. Is able to get in there and knock down the ball. And let's see, it looks like Boise State's staying out there right now. It is 4th and short. We'll see if they have something up their sleeve to get this first down.
Madison in the backfield. 4th down and 4. Play clock is down, and Rippon's going to burn a timeout. Even if they were going to try to draw them offside, they didn't have time on the play clock to do that. And so a timeout here with 8:08 left in this first half, which has been a wild one. Glad you're with us. If you've missed the ride, whew, here we go. Now this fumble by Nevada after they had a nice 3-0 lead was turned into an 88-yard romp by John Hightower. A tip by Sewell, great pick by Baber, and Nevada answers. How about Tyler Horton, one of the great playmakers of the Mountain West? This is a 99-yard pick 6.
It's been a fun first half. A lot of energy, a lot of excitement, the turnovers. And we talked about before this game, these defenses, they've been playing physical up front, stopping the run, and a lot of great athletes on the backside. But it looks like now they've gone back. Probably where, Rich, what you're trying to say, maybe get out there, try to do a hard cadence to get the first down. Weren't able to do that. And now choosing to punt the football.
And Nevada has to take a timeout. They did not have the correct personnel out there to return a punt.
Nevada, their second of the half. 30-second timeout.
I think they thought Boise State's offense was coming back out. So both teams burn a timeout. And a reminder that bright and early tomorrow morning, that's not that far away, 8 Eastern, as our Tops crew will get you ready for another jam-packed day of the National Football League. Unmatched analysis, bold predictions from the football experts on that other pregame show on CBS Sports Network. Downtown Reno, this is a rivalry game, and in some ways this community gets more fired up for this game than they do for the UNLV game. I know that may sound sacrilege, but it's true.
Well, it's Boise State, and what Boise State has meant to this conference, and how well they travel. I mean, you look up here, there's orange and blue everywhere, but this is Boise State coming to your house, the Boise State that's pretty much represented your conference for a long time now.
Skillen gets it in the air. It's a good punt. And it lands inside the 10, and it rolls back to the 14-yard line. We got a little something special for you Boise State fans when we return. In Reno, 14-10 Broncos. All right, time to go RVing. Our Go RVing road trip facts. This is the trip. Yeah, that's Buster Bronco picking out his snacks. 424-mile drive from Boise to Reno. And a lot of fans. Now, they stopped at a couple places, and I suspect they stopped at the casinos before they came out to Mackey Stadium, but a big crowd and a proud crowd from Boise is here. The band is here, and the Broncos right now have the lead in what has been a back and forth, turnover-filled first half. Nevada with their quarterback Ty Ganji, banged up but playing. He didn't play last week in the loss to Fresno State. In fact, they did not get in the end zone against Fresno State. And they'll keep it on the ground. Toa Taua, the carry for Nevada. Jabril Frazier makes the stop for Boise State.
It starts with 98 Louis up front. We've seen him these past couple possessions being disruptive. If you can get into the backfield, cause the running back just any kind of hesitation, that allows the linebackers and safeties to get downhill. So this offensive line needs to figure out a way to block Mr. Louis, 6'1", 305 pounds, number 98 up front.
Ganji is 6 of 15, 114 yards. That one interception was taken 99 yards back for a score by Tyler Horton. And a good hit there coming up on the receiver. Flying up was Kekaula Kaniho, the sophomore. McLean Mannix makes the catch.
And watch Ganji here in the pocket. Taking the hit, little ginger getting up. You can tell, you see that big old knee brace, the padding, that Evo shield that we discussed earlier, protecting that left leg.
Yeah, Cassie McKinney had a really good description of what he's had to go through. And of course, the coaches told us he'll play as long as we feel he can protect himself.
And as long as those offensive linemen can protect him as well.
Good throw there. That's Trey Carter-Wells, who had just 2 catches coming into this ball game. He's got a catch there. He was a question mark whether he would play, and the local kid out of Sparks moves that football out to the 26-yard line.
I'm interested to see this entire game too. Obviously, you need Ganji in this game if you want to have a chance to win it. How the game plan changes with the evolution of even throwing the football down the field. Can this offensive line hold up for 3 or 4 seconds to let plays develop, or are we going to see quick hitches and slants for the majority of this football game?
And this, of course, is a Boise State defense that gets to the quarterback a lot. Ganji, good arm, fires down the middle, and it's incomplete. Brendan O'Leary orange, and you can see Ganji adjusting that pad, getting up cautiously.
And once again, taking a hit. Actually had Brendan O'Leary orange on the outside, and these refs need to take a look. Obviously, defensive guys fallen, but they want to make sure they protect these quarterbacks from hits below the waist.
It was Riley Wimpy with the pressure.
You can definitely tell, though, these past couple of throws, not very comfortable lower body being able to drive through these throws, especially down the football field.
Screen set up nicely, but blown up on the corner. Caleb Fossum with the catch. Avery Williams, the sophomore, makes the play.
And that's just Dubs on the outside receiver, number 7, not seeing the coverage, understand that he has leverage on the slot. Let me go block Avery Williams, excuse me, on the outside, and pretty much gives the cornerback a free opportunity to knock Fossum in the background.
It's a loss of 2. 5.5 minutes left in this first half. Nevada now 3rd and 12. Ganji fires right at the sticks, and it's caught there. It's Romeo Dubs, the true freshman. Tyreek Jones on the coverage. And we'll see where they mark it. I believe he is short of the first down.
Yeah, it looks like he's about a yard, half a yard, just short. And that's just field awareness for a young freshman receiver. They like him. His confidence is growing every single day. These coaches are telling us ever since he had that his first time ever touching a football in college was a touchdown, a punt return for a touchdown, getting better and better. But there you have to understand where the first down market is. Make sure you get there, because you had plenty of cushion from that cornerback to get the first down.
Quentin Conaway with a great kick. Spiraling all the way down to the 10. It takes a right turn, and it will be downed at the 15-yard line. Conaway, the junior, out of Edmond, Oklahoma. It's great to kick at altitude, and he certainly used that. Boise State gets the football back with a 4-point lead in Reno. AP Top 10 poll powered by Ram. There are 4 losses there in the top 10. And Aaron Murray, I'm sorry to say that your Georgia Bulldogs are the first out of the chute, losing to LSU 36-16.
Yeah, it was an ugly one today. Nothing seemed to work for the Bulldogs, offensively, defensively, but a lot of fun games. West Virginia obviously losing to Iowa State, Washington in a thriller versus Oregon, and then Penn State, Michigan State with a great comeback last possession to go down there and win that football game. A lot of big upsets in the top 10.
Ren Rippon on play action has company, dumps it, and it's incomplete. John Bates looked like a Sonny Rufus coming in on a safety blitz.
It's a great job by Rufus, because if Rippon had just a split second longer, he actually had 2 guys in the flat wide open. But Rufus, great job, and then great job holding up too. Obviously the big emphasis is protecting the quarterback inside and outside the pocket, making sure just to give his presence known, but not to hit him unnecessarily.
2 more interceptions tonight, 2 last week against San Diego State after none in his first 4 games. Second down 10. Modster, the catch, and he's hit a couple times. A 5-yard gain to the 20. Gabriel Sewell with the first hit. And it's going to bring up 3rd down and 5. And again, both defenses are really good, especially on 3rd down.
And we talk about the run game and game going. This is an extension of the run. The swings, the bubbles, the quick screens to the outside where you get one receiver blocking, the other guy's going to get about 4 or 5 yards. If you can't run the ball, that's the next best option. And we'll see plenty of that from both teams throughout this football game.
Madison in the backfield. Nevada shows blitz. On 3rd and 5, they bring 3. Time for Rippon. Little dump. It's Madison, and he dives forward. It looks like he's got the first down. That's a gutty effort by Alexander Madison, the junior running back. There is a Nevada player who is down right now at the 25. And it looks like Gabriel Sewell, who made the stop and is still down. Sewell, the junior, 6 foot, 230 pounder. His brother Nephi is a sophomore safety. His younger brother, Penne, is a enormous offensive lineman who is starting as a true freshman at Oregon. And apparently there's another brother who's even younger who already has offers from many of the top schools. So way to go, mom and dad. That's a terrific family.
Seriously, we'll see if we get 2 Nevada and 2 Oregon going forward. But these 2, especially on this defensive side of the football, hopefully Gabriel's okay, because he is a tremendous player, especially at that linebacker position for this defense.
Robert Mahone in the backfield. Here comes the blitz. And Rippon's firing it down the sideline. This is Hightower, a dive. He couldn't hold it. Well, he shows the football, but he's out of bounds. Jamon Dotson on the coverage for Nevada.
Yeah, just one-on-one, 4 verts. We'll see.
Oh,
now ball comes loose just at the end right there.
That was movement.
I would like to see a little bit more of a 50-50 back shoulder ball. Obviously Hightower at 6'2". The majority of these defensive backs for Nevada are more in that 5'10", 5'11" range. So you do have that height advantage, the length on the outside. Just got to give your opportunity to the receiver to go out there and make a catch.
And they're going to review this. So we saw it just with our first look. And of course, we had that long review on the Baber interception, which was ruled incomplete and overturned. He certainly lands inbound, but when the ball comes down, it definitely moves as he rolls on the sideline. Here's the best look.
There's a great view right here. If we pause it, keep going. That right hip is in, but the ball right now, yeah, his arm's out, and then the ball definitely moves. I think this is going to be pretty easy for the referees.
The hip hits before the elbow, so
right now the ball, the tip of the nose of the ball, and then he rolls over it. I mean, it's a great play for tremendous job adjusting, back shoulder catching it, but just not enough. They should confirm this for no catch.
After further review, the ruling on the field is confirmed. Incomplete pass.
Well, John Hightower has had quite a year, and it's no surprise that he almost caught that. I mean, look at some of his work here. This was against Oklahoma State, laying out. And then Wyoming, not only one hand, but one shoe.
Who needs a shoe? Who needs two hands? Nowadays, everyone, it's Odell Beckham Jr. all over the place. That's a tremendous job, but he uses his size to be able to go up there and get those balls.
On second down, Rippon on the money. Monster in traffic, still on his feet, out to the 40, and it's a gain of 15. And Boise State's got some breathing room. They've also got a couple timeouts with 3:15 left in this first half.
Talking with Zach Hill, the one thing he said about Monster is his acceleration. Once he catches the ball, be able to get upfield. He demonstrated that last catch.
Boise State has just about every tight end they have in the game right now. And a heavy setup for Mahone, and straight ahead he goes, and he gets about a yard.
You'll see him get into that 13 package. So it's one back, two backs, three tight ends. Get the big. They want to be able to run. So they feel like at some certain times they'll get three tight ends out there, line one of them up at the fullback position, and see if they can pound it. But Kyle Adams, number 52, has done a tremendous job weaving in and out of blocks and knocking the backs about for 1 yard gains.
Second down and 9. Quick bubble screen there. Shakir. And Shakir is across the 45 to the 47. All right, give me the explanation there. So that the 13 package, the 3 signifies the number of tight ends out there. That would have been the 0 package, no tight ends out.
Yeah, so it starts with the first number. So if it's 13, that's 1 running back, 3 tight ends, and then 1 receiver. We talk about 11 personnel, 1 back, 1 tight end. So then you do the math, and there should be 3 receivers out there on the field. You'll mostly see 11 personnel, what's there now. You see 1 tight end, 86, 22 is the back, and then 3 receivers on the field.
Third down and 4. And a timeout. This may be Nevada's timeout. It is. With 1:46 left.
Timeout, Nevada. 30-second timeout.
We'll take a timeout. Back in 30. Coming up, the Verizon halftime report. We're headed to New York. We'll see how much Brent Stover, Houston Nutt, and Kevin Carter have left in the tank after a long and wild day of college football. It's been a fun first half here. They'll catch you up on all the highlights, and they'll show you highlights from this homecoming game for Nevada against a bitter rival in Boise State. Now, I say rivalry, but Boise State has dominated this series. The only win for Nevada in this decade was that memorable and painful for Boise State come from behind overtime orchestrated by Colin Kaepernick here in 2010 when Nevada upset number 3 Boise State.
Yeah, you gotta get some more wins if you want to make it a rivalry. It's very similar to Georgia Tech. You know, if you want to make it a rivalry game, Georgia Tech, you got to do your thing a little bit every now and then.
Andres Preciado, the right tackle, moved, and so instead of 3rd down and 4, this is going to be 3rd down and 9.
Ball start, number 78, offense. 5-yard penalty, remains 3rd down.
Now, look, as an analyst, I know they've taught you to speak your mind and bring out your past experiences, but you don't need to grind your rival Georgia Tech like that.
I have to every now and then. You just gotta.
It was a cheap shot.
You gotta punch the little brother down every now and then.
All right, 3rd down.
We're gonna see right here in Nevada. Past couple of 3rd and longs, they've dropped 8. Boise State's figured out a way to get the first down and complete it, giving Rippon too much time in the pocket. We'll see if they turn up the heat a little bit.
Minute 46 left. If they don't make this 3rd down, Nevada's going to have time to do something themselves. Rippon is flushed, now throws it. Oh, great catch there. Hightower lost the football. It's picked up. This is Sewell, and Gabriel Sewell to the 40. Sewell with a nifty move there, and he's inside the 40 to the 35-yard line. Another turnover by Boise State.
You knew this half had to end with another turnover. It's just been one after the other, interceptions, fumbles. And that's a great play by Hightower. The ball was high, going up, snagging it, trying to get the extra yards, but he had to tuck it away. But great job by Rip. You see him in the pocket, being able to maneuver. And it's a great catch, but at this point, you got to be able to tuck it away. You got the first down, but tremendous job by still locating it, picking it up, and getting his team the ball with 1:30. They're at the 35-yard line.
And that's Baber, who has 2 interceptions, who stripped it for Sewell. Remember, Sewell tipped one of Baber's interceptions, so they team up.
Well, Sewell needs to share the towel with Baber now. You know, that first interception, Baber said, hey, buddy, come over here, I'll share it with you. But Baber, man, he's been all over the football field so far tonight.
Now, Nevada is out of timeouts. They have 1:31 left. They're actually close to field goal range. Kicker has plenty of leg. 3-man rush for Ganji. He can't run much, got that sore leg, wobbles to the sideline and fires it quickly to Kelton Moore. And he's going to gain maybe a yard.
You see Ganji right now doing a great job. It's only a 3-man rush, getting through his reads. But doesn't look awful running the football. Definitely a little limp on that left leg, but nothing I think is going to hinder him from being able to at least move around the pocket. Like I said earlier, I don't think you're going to see him take off for 10, 15-yard runs, but he does have the ability to escape, extend the play, see if his receivers can get open down the football field.
And remember, he's a quarterback whose legs are usually a weapon. Dumps it again to Moore. Kelton Moore can't get out of a tackle on the sideline. Riley Wimpy had him wrapped up. And this is going to bring up 3rd down. They are within field goal range for about a 49, 50-yarder. And Ahmed, who missed from 49, missed wide from 49.
Plenty of leg, though.
Plenty of leg,
just missed wide left. So you are within his range to kick a field goal, but obviously with a minute 16 to go in this half, you still want to be able to put 7 points on the board. That starts with getting this first down.
See if Boise State brings heat. Here comes the blitz. They bring just about everybody. Ganji's in trouble. Can't escape. Fires it incomplete. Caleb Fossen, the intended receiver. There's a flag down. Ganji is up and limping. And let's see. He had a man on him, it felt like, when he threw. This is a big, big call here.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be hit below the waist of the quarterback.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, number 36, Boise. Low hit on the quarterback while in passing posture. 15 yards to the end of the run, automatic first down.
Wow, that's huge. Blake Whitlock, the senior linebacker. Here's a look.
You see right here, Ganji in the pocket. Nazum does a great job escaping. But right there, you can't go at the knees of the quarterback. They're going to be looking at every single time. Anytime he's in a passing position. And that's a good call by the referee right there.
Enormous call. It's now 1st and 10 at the Boise State 17.
And plenty of time, but for this Nevada offense, they can still run the ball. Plenty of time to go in this half. We're going to get a little bit of a false start by Jake Nelson, left tackle.
Nelson moved.
False start, number 62, offense. 5-yard penalty, remains first down.
Again, things to remember. 1:09 left and no timeouts for Nevada. So even if they settle for a field goal, it might be a rush job. Get that field goal kicker on quickly. Penalties have really hurt Boise State. First down 15. Ganji floats it. Corner, Cooks. And it's incomplete. Flag down. Nawahini in coverage. Cooks, the sophomore, tried to come back to the ball. And yet another discussion with the officials as the flag sits right at the goal line.
pass interference. Number 10, defense. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Yeah, it's a great call on the outside. And that's what happens as a quarterback. If you give your receiver an opportunity to go make a play, there's a reason why they play safety and the reason why they play corner. They don't do a great job locating the ball in the air.
And they're into the Verizon red zone. 2 trips. Remember, they fumbled, and that turned into 7 points for Boise State. That was early in the ball game. Minute 4 left. Second half on the ground. Kelton Moore straight ahead. Remember, they can't stop the clock. Moore is to the 6-yard line. 54 seconds left. Louis made the stop, and he's down right now. It's the second time that Sanatani Louis has been down. He was helped from the field early in the first quarter.
And Louis had a tremendous day. Besides, he had an early penalty to start this game. Other than that, fumble recovery, he's been a menace in the backfield. So this defense is hoping it's nothing serious and he'll be able to jump back in this game in the second half.
This has been a turnover-filled half for sure. Brett Rippon's thrown 2 picks for Boise State. Ty Ganji of Nevada has thrown 1. That was a 99-yard pick 6. A big fumble has set this drive up for Nevada. Both teams have lost a fumble as well. So how about a 5-turnover half so far?
It's been exciting, though. There's been some good play. But we talk about this defense, both these defenses actually, they do a great job of creating pressure on the quarterback, creating pressure on the ball handlers, ripping it.
All right, you saw Matt Mumme, the offensive coordinator. He's the guy with the white cap and the headset that was in your shot there briefly. Let's see what he dials up here now on second down and goal from the 6. There's Mumme. This is an air raid offense that is very good at running the football. Blitz comes. Ganji gets rid of it, lobs it up, and it's deflected and incomplete. An end zone shot to Elijah Cooks again. Third down and goal.
Yeah, he's just trying to throw a jump ball to Cooks. 6'4", 215. Just needs be a little bit more accurate. He can get up and get it. He demonstrated right there going up. He has the vertical, he has the height. Just need a little bit more of an accurate football. Give him a better shot to go up there and snag it.
And again, this is the area of the field where Ganji's mobility used to be a great weapon. He doesn't have that tonight. Whistles. Boise State bringing pressure.
Timeout, Boise State. 30-second timeout.
Well, we have great sound on the field, and that's a good thing. Every now and then we pick up something that we don't really want, so we apologize for the language there, but it's a heated game for sure, and a lot on the line with a 3rd down and 6. Now the officials right now huddled a bit. It looked like a Boise State timeout essentially, and it gives time for Matt Mumme and Nevada to dial up something.
They haven't been great inside the 10-yard line. Obviously, they get their first possession, get the penalty, back them up, settle for a field goal, get back there the next possession, then they fumble it inside the 10-yard line. Their one touchdown was a longer run, about 20-25 yards. So they've not been able to really dissect this defense too well once they get inside the 10.
How much of that is because they have to keep Ganji in the pocket?
I think it plays a little bit of a role because as a defense, now you can sit back, not worry about the quarterback taking off, play a little bit more coverage, which I think has been hurting this offense once they get inside the 10-yard line.
3rd down goal, 47 seconds left, first half. Long count, everyone's pointing. Flags come down.
False start, number 76, offense. 5-yard penalty, remains 3rd down.
And Jay Norvell's not happy, screaming the defense can't do it. You're going to see the right tackle. Just a quick flinch. And they're saying the defense is barking out calls, trying to get the offense to jump. Well, I just think if it's Ganji right now, snap the ball a little bit faster. You don't want your offensive lineman sitting in there for 10+ seconds waiting for you to hike it.
3rd and goal. Ganji to the corner, and a catch, and a touchdown. It's Cooks.
Third time's the charm. They got a pass interference, missed one from the slot, and then one-on-one the outside. 6'4" receiver, and that's just a tremendous job. Avery Williams only 5'9", so you got a 6'4" receiver, Rich, going against a 5'9" DB. I like that matchup all day long. Great job by Ty Ganji, throwing it high enough, letting his receiver go catch at this highest point.
The 5th turnover of the first half turns into 7 points for Nevada.
Let's take a look at this last play. Look at the coverage. Get the one-on-one matchup they want on the outside. 6'4" versus 5'9". No help on the outside. And as a quarterback, you're just licking your chops saying, I just got to throw it high enough and let my receiver, almost like a basketball off the rim, go up there and snag it. Great job by Ganji. Great possession to finish this half off.
Elijah Cooks, just a sophomore. There's a good young core of wide receivers here at Nevada. Remember, this is year 2 of a total rebuild. A year last year, which was a 3-9 season. And if they were to win this game, all of a sudden they would be 4-3. I think to the surprise of a lot of people. Maybe not themselves.
Well, it's confidence. It's confidence both defensively. You're seeing it from last year to this year. They're playing faster. They know where to go. And then offensively, too, it's just you're not thinking as much. You're reacting. You're being an athlete. And that's why they're having more success as a football team.
Hightower shot out of a cannon. He's blistered at the 30-yard line. Flags come down well behind the play. That flag came from midfield, and it sits at the 37-yard line. Hightower is an electric player. He had the 88-yard run early in the first quarter.
There is no flag for holding.
All right, I'm glad we cleared that up.
You got time right now, 37 seconds. You have a timeout. Obviously, you have a veteran quarterback in Brett Rippon, a guy who understands the 2-minute drive, how to get guys thrown to the outside, getting guys lined up fastly, all that good stuff. So I wouldn't be surprised if they try to take a shot here, see if they can sneak 3 points and tie it up before halftime.
Career numbers against Nevada on first down. Runs through his progressions, gets it to Madison. Madison trying to get out of bounds. Has a nice pickup before he does get out of bounds. Bumped out of bounds. Kyle Adams hit him. Boise State still has 1 timeout. They've got 29 seconds left. They don't have a field goal kicker with a lot of distance in his leg. His long this year is 44 yards. That's a Hayden Hogarth. Rip it again. Great throw there. Between the coverage, A.J. Richardson has the catch, and Richardson is in Nevada territory, and it hasn't taken Boise State long at all.
Yeah, that's a great job. Cover 2, sweet spot, about 18 to 21 yards on the sideline between the corner and safety. And that's Brett Rippon showing off his arm strength, being able to fit that ball in there.
37-yard line. Rippon, another short throw, in and out of the hands of C.T. Thomas. That was behind him. 20 seconds left, still with a timeout, so they can throw the ball down the middle.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say, and especially a timeout and the ability of the clock to stop with a first down. You see the way this defense is formed right now. They have corners playing hard, two safeties over the top, then one in the middle, forcing this Boise State offense to focus more on the middle of the field, seeing if they can keep this clock running. But right now, all you need is about another 15 yards to be in field goal range, and if not, you should give yourself an opportunity to throw a Hail Mary before the end of half.
Rippon on second down. He's going to scramble. He's got a lot of room, a ton of room. He's at the 25, and he escapes out of bounds at the 22-yard line. Now they're in field goal range. Jamon Dotson ran him out.
It's just great coverage. Only rushing 3. And they pretty much flood the entire right side, so you see the defense is over there, all your receivers, and great job by Ripon getting through his reads, feeling comfortable. Offensive line gave him plenty of time, and then picking up the first down with his legs, and most importantly, getting out of bounds with 13 seconds to go.
And again, they have a timeout. They can throw the ball over the middle with just 13 seconds left in the half. Fires it down the sideline. That's going to be incomplete. Richardson was about 3 yards out of bounds as he came down the sideline. Ripon took a hit. Let's look at it.
I like Nevada right now. Turn up the heat. And they realize this too for Boise State. Not that their kicker doesn't have the biggest leg in the world, so you may see a little bit more pressure. See if they can back them up out of field goal range once again.
That may be a flag on Sunday in the NFL, where the defensive lineman laying the hit and then the weight on. 9 seconds left. Second down 10. From the 23. Blitz comes again. Ripon stands in, fires it, caught there. That's Richardson. And he's short of the first down, but Boise State has that timeout in their back pocket, and boy, do they need it with 2 seconds left.
And this is the great thing about having a veteran quarterback. Yes, he didn't play great last week. Yes, he's had his struggles begin this game, but he's been in this 2-minute situation plenty of time in his career. He knows how to get it done, and that was perfection, getting his team up and down the field, and in great field goal range for their kicker.
Hayden Hogarth is the senior kicker, the transfer out of Bethune-Cookman. He is 4 of 7, 44 yards. It would be good if he was out of Bethune-Cookman. He's a Bronco kicker. The Broncos, and Brian Harsin told us the other day, have not been happy with their special teams play this year. They've had some issues, especially on the punt team. Hogarth is long as 44. And this is going to be about a 32 yarder. This is to tie it on the final play of the first half. 31 yards. He got it through. Nevada had pressure. Hogarth is hit and flags are down. That was extreme pressure by Nevada. How they didn't block this kick, I'm not sure, but obviously the result is they hit the kicker, and that's going to be a 15-yarder.
I think they're going to decline this penalty. Take the points, go to halftime, 17-7.
You would have an untimed down.
Running into the kicker, Nevada, that penalty is declined. Field goal is good. Halftime.
What a crazy, wild ride this has been. Look at how close this comes to being blocked. And there's the contact. Hogarth sold it well, right? I mean, look at him spinning around. And
it's great acting.
That's right.
He looked like an NBA basketball player out there, taking the hit for his team, trying to get the free 15.
Leon Rice teaches that with a basketball team at Boise State. Take that charge. 17 apiece. What a half here. Homecoming in Reno. You're watching college football on CBS Sports Network. Stick around. Verizon Halftime Report is coming up. Back in Reno, where it is homecoming and a wild first half. Let's see what we've got coming in the second half. 17 apiece. Rich Waltz along with Aaron Murray. We talked so much about the quarterbacks, and they were two big storylines coming into this. But we told you the defenses were really good, and it was the defenses that really controlled everything in the first half.
Yeah, they really did, Rich. Fast defenses, very aggressive, not only in the front, but the secondary, the safeties, the linebackers. It's been fun to watch. A lot of turnovers, a lot of excitement. We'll see if the offense can kind of clean up a little bit, both sides, maybe get back to the run game a little bit more, establish that, and then utilize the play action afterwards.
No, look, you take a look at the numbers here, brought to you by 5-hour energy. The first half stats. Okay, the turnovers we told you about, there's 5 of them. Look at the penalties for Boise State, 108 yards.
Yeah, they've been undisciplined, but the turnovers are really the biggest thing. They work together. Penalties and turnovers go kind of hand in hand. They got to do a better job. It starts with Rippon, though. Some of those interceptions are just him trying to force the ball down the field, the quick slam the inside, trying to get it over linebacker, and then the corner around the outside when he was on the move, trying to fit it in there. Just needs to settle down a little bit, trust himself. He had a great last possession, moving him down the field about 30 seconds to get the field goal. That's the Brett Rippon I want to see this second half.
17 apiece. Boise State gets the football to start the second half here in Reno. Nice long kickoff. Let's go down to the field now. Cassie McKinney. Hi, Cassie.
Hey, Rich. Caught up with both coaches, and both agreed it was a hard-fought first half. Coach Brian Harsin said that they've got to eliminate the negative. Those turnovers, the penalties, it's costing them way too much. He's pleased with the way his offense is moving down the field, says his defense is doing a great job. Now, for Coach Norvell, was talking to the officials all the way into the locker room. He was fired up, asking the officials to keep an eye on Boise State, simulating the snap count. Coach believes Boise State keeps flinching at the line, trying to get Nevada to jump, which of course is a penalty. Guys, something to keep an eye on.
Cassie, good catch on that. CT Thomas with the catch from Rippon, and it's a gain of 6, and it's second down and 4. Brett Rippon, a couple interceptions here tonight. He threw 2 last week after going perfect for the first 4 games, 156 attempts without a throw for a pick. Fires this one out to Madison, caught there. That's excellent defense by Kyle Adams. That's a linebacker on an elusive running back.
And this is the point right now. This is what you want to get to, third and manageable. But this is where you want to see a dominant run game, an offensive line be able to say, listen, it's 3rd and 2. Get behind me. We're going to get you that first down running the football. I don't think they have the confidence right now in this offensive line. We'll see the second half. There's going to be a big play to tell us right now how they're feeling about that front 5. But so far today, it's been pretty much passing the ball or bubble screens on the outside.
Ripping over center, Madison in the backfield. They're going to hand it off there. That's Shakir, and he's hit. Great effort there to get right to the stick, and I think he has the first down. Boise State in the first half scored on an 88-yard play similar to that. It was John Hightower who took the handoff and got around the left side and was not touched before he got to the end zone.
Well, I still think this is interesting, the fact that you trust your receivers to get to the edge more than your offensive line at this point in the game and in the season to be able to get those nitty-gritty yards. At some point, they just have to trust the run and be able to willing to go back to it.
Madison, little zig, little zag, and that's a nice carry. And Madison had a 10-yard carry there. Damian Baber made the hit. Here's the quarterback comparison.
Obviously, the big thing to worry about is the interceptions. I think for Ganji, his one pick wasn't really, in my mind, a terrible throw. I think his receiver needs to do a better job getting on top of the DB. But really, Rippon has to do a better job. Obviously, last week, 2 interceptions, and then 2 in this first half. We'll see if he can clean that up.
Short throw here. Hightower again, streaking down the sideline, but he stepped out of bounds. And they'll mark it just inside Nevada territory. That's a gain of about 6.
I tell you what, Hightower right now has done a tremendous job. Not only in the jet sweep you see longest in school history with that touchdown run early in the game, but this is a kid who was from a JUCO, transferred in, is still learning the offense. They're slowly putting him in more and more situations, and really I think he's taking the next step so far tonight. He's big, 6'2", can go up there and make the catches, and obviously he has demonstrated the ability to take the top off of defense.
Second down 4, another short throw. Hightower again trying to get the edge and get past Dotson, who hauls him down. But Boise State significantly on this drive to open the half has been short throw after short throw for a lot of success.
It's the same thing as running the football. We talk about the confidence right now. It's extremely low with their offensive line. So what do? You use the bubble game. You use the screens. You use the swing routes to your receivers. And then you also use the jet sweeps with guys in motions, which we saw to convert the third down.
And Hightower there again, this time no 88-yard run. Corey Rush made the hit.
Defensively, though, you have to keep your eyes disciplined. You go back to last week's game, Nevada, which really killed them versus Fresno. They played a tremendous game. 3 plays, I counted, 3 plays really hurt them. Their eyes were in the wrong spot. They got fooled by jet sweeps and play actions, and then all of a sudden, boom, big plays over the top. Right now, you can start to feel Boise State starting to set something up for them offensively for a big play down the field.
Madison, a lot of hitting going on at the 35-yard line. That's a 3-yard gain. Kyle Adams, and another 3rd down here. 3rd down and about 4.
And 4-down territory right here, Rich. I think you're at that point right now. We talked about it, not the most confident with their kicker. So I wouldn't be surprised if you may see a run here, get it to maybe a 4th and manageable, or even one of those quick bubble screens on the outside.
First possession, second half, if you're just joining us, 5 first-half turnovers combined for the 2 teams. 3 interceptions, 2 fumbles. A fumble loss for each. Blitz comes. Rippon hit in the backfield, swallowed up at the 38-yard line. He's going to lose a couple of yards. Ball's loose, and Hammond says he's got it. And it's going to stay Boise State football, but it's 4th down and about 6.
Nevada decides to turn up the heat a little bit, bringing the pressure from their 2 linebackers. Not enough O-linemen. Soul does a great job. We'll see when this ball comes down.
Broncos offense still on the field. 4th down and 6.
Kind of no man's land right now. You don't want to punt this, and obviously we talked about no confidence with the deep kick, so you got to go for it on 4th down.
On 4th down, Rippon's throw, got his man, caught, touchdown, C.T. Thomas. What a throw.
Yeah, it's a great job by C.T. Thomas. Just cover 2, 4 verts. You usually think number 3 is going to be the guy hitting the middle of the field. Really, as number 2, C.T. Thomas does a great job bending it off the high safety. You see middle of the field wide open. Cuts right across the safety, and that's an absolute dime of a throw in between Baber and the safety over top for the touchdown.
Of course, Baber has 2 interceptions in this game. Extra point is good. Impressive drive, Boise State. And what a 4th down throw from Brett Rippon to C.T. Thomas. Small window. Big touchdown.
College football on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by CDW, making IT solutions work for you. It's IT orchestration by CDW. CDW, people who get it. By Phillips 66, proud to be here. And by Bud Light, reminding you not to drink and ride your horse.
The little general, the legend, Chris Ault, quarterback, head coach, and college football Hall of Famer, and the last coach for Nevada to beat Boise State back 2010. Dayan Henley with the return for Nevada. He's across the 20 to the 23-yard line. Aaron Murray draw up that last touchdown.
Right here, we just have a simple cover 2. You see safeties off the hash, 4 verticals right here, and a vertical on the outside. And then C.T. Thomas does a great job getting on top of Baber, setting him up, and then bending it across the high safety's face. And then Brett Rippon delivering a beautiful throw in between the nickel and the safety. And that's a gorgeous design play against cover 2. That's exactly where you want to hit that pass. That's a great touchdown to start this half off.
All right, let's see if Nevada can answer. Ty Ganji on 1st down, hands it to Kelton Moore, trying to get outside. The big man rumbles out of bounds at the 28-yard line. Now Wahidi ran him out of bounds.
And there's a great job by Moore right here, because we see Durant Miles does a great job getting off his block. Quick stutter step, get to the outside, Big man gets a good gain to start this drive off.
If you weren't with us for the first half, Ty Ganji has a sore left leg. Didn't play last week because of it. He is a mobile quarterback by nature, but not tonight. He has very little mobility, still a strong arm, and he misses there for McLean Mannix. And it's second down, now third down and 4.
Yeah, and he's been banged up a little bit today. You see him not completely confident, but he's been taking some shots in the pocket, still standing there delivering those passes. But you see he's a little cautious, especially with the injury being to his lead leg, that left leg. It takes time to gain confidence, be able to step into a throw, use your legs, use that power to generate in order to be accurate down the football field.
They're down 4. And he's got his man caught there. It's Cooks who had the touchdown catch near the end of the first half. Ganji again staying in that pocket.
He does a great job. You see him go through his reads, 1, 2, take the hit. And just a simple curl route to Cooks on the outside. Great job coming back to your quarterback, very friendly, getting the first down to get this drive going.
He's had to abandon his run instincts, which have been a big weapon for him in his career, and turn into an immobile pocket passer. And that one is behind his intended receiver, Caleb Fossum. See the big pad under the left quad and the knee brace as well. That was against Air Force, and he played with it hurt against Air Force. He threw 4 touchdowns in that game, but could not answer the bell. They felt last week he couldn't protect himself against that Fresno State defense.
It was funny talking to Matt Mumme yesterday about Ganji. He said as soon as Sunday hit after that Fresno game, he gave him a call, said, "Hey coach, I am playing this week no matter what." He's just that big of a competitor.
Ganji swing pass caught by Moore, breaks 1 tackle and bulls his way out to the 44-yard line. He's about 5 yards shy of a first down. Another third down, which was a problem for Nevada last week.
Yeah, I think it's something I want to see more right now of the slot receivers for Nevada. Mannix, Fossum, we've seen them in games past, be able to get between linebackers, get between safeties, find the hole. These are smart slot receivers. They understand concepts offensively and defensively. We'll see if they target them on this play right here for the first down.
Matt Mumme in the white cap there. Third down 4. Fires it out, and that's going to be short of the first down. Kelton Moore needed to get to the 48, and he's down at the 46. And so Boise State's very good on third down defensively, holds here. And let's see what on 4th and short. Now Christian Solano is the running quarterback, and Solano,
we're going back to that Wildcat package we've seen on these certain situations.
Solano splits out. Wildcat here. This is Lee, Devontae Lee, and I don't know. We'll see where the spot is. He went over left tackle. You can see the stick, top of the screen. Boise State says no. Look at Brian Harsin trying to buy a spot right now.
Based on the spot of where the referee is holding the football, the side judge, I'd say this is going to be a first down.
Now there's where they spot it, and that looks like it's going to be a first down. It's the second time they've used that Wildcat with Solano in, and he simply splits out.
Well, then they bring in Devontae Lee, number 2, and you see how big he is. It's 5'8", not the tallest, but 230 pounds, being able to bulldoze his way for the first down.
Ganji's back in, another quick pop there, caught by Fossum. And Boise State has defended that play very well tonight, and they do that again. Kekaula Kaniho made the stop.
Well, I think it's the outside receiver. You're throwing the bubble to the slot receiver because you like the numbers. There's a nickel or a linebacker who's out of position, take advantage of it. So I'd rather see that outside receiver take one-on-one with the cornerback and let your slot receiver outrun the defense. Right now, their blocking scheme is not doing that for them.
9th play of the drive, 2nd and 9. Ganji pulls it, fires it. That is McLean Mannix, who busts loose into the 10, skips into the end zone. Nevada has an answer. Ganji with a bullet, Mannix in traffic. Blew right by everybody.
I want you to take a look at the middle linebacker, Wimpy, right here. Bites on the play action. This is what run action can do. Bites, and then they hit the slant right behind him, and then Mannix does it from there. Great job, but it sets up with the run game. Utilize the play action, get the linebacker to jump, and then you hit Mannix right behind for the beautiful touchdown. Just great, great design.
Well, Brett Rippon with a nice drive. Ty Ganji answers, sore leg and all. Nevada has tied it at 24. $24 apiece. It's been a long time since Nevada beat Boise State, but man, was it a big one. 2010 here on this field. Boise was number 3 in the country and smelling a BCS berth. Scored first. Wolfpack was down 16. Colin Kaepernick led him back. And then field goal issues, a miss in regulation, a miss in overtime. And Nevada hit the field goal. Chris Alt was mobbed. And that was a huge, huge win. It's their only win in the last decade. But people still around here talk about it. They talk about the miracle at Mackey. This is Mackey Stadium. I'll tell you what, those were 2 really talented teams. Think about this. The 2 teams that played that night in 2010, 15 from Boise State, 13 from Nevada, got to the NFL and onto a regular season roster. That's 28 players from that game that were able to make it to the NFL regular season. That's incredible. This is Hightower, and across the 30, Hightower is out to the 32-yard line.
I tell you what, we've been saying this Hightower all night long. We talk about jet sweeps, catches, returns. His ability, even as a tall receiver, the quickness, the agility to get in and out of cuts has been real impressive so far tonight.
In that game, Nevada had Colin Kaepernick, Rashard Matthews, Virgil Green, Brandon Marshall. Boise State had Kellen Moore, Doug Martin, Shea McClellan, George Iloka, Titus Young, Austin Pettis. That's amazing. 28 players from that game got to the NFL. Alexander Madison, he'd love to get there as well. A lot of running backs from Boise State have been in the league. Rippon, play action, steps up in the pocket, now flushed, looking. Madison's out in a pattern, has the catch. 35, Madison spinning and out to the 40. That is a nice improvisation by Rippon and Madison for a 9-yard gain.
Talking with Rippon earlier in the week, I asked him, like, what do you want to work on this season? What do you want to get better at? He said, use my legs to extend the play. We've seen it multiple times tonight. Him be able to get through his reads, get outside the pocket, extend the play, and then locate either a back or tight end, and then get the ball to them in their hands. So he's done a great job improving in that area.
Shakir in motion, Rippon to throw it, fires it, finds a spot there, held on the catch. That's Garrett Collingham, the junior tight end, with just his 2nd catch of the season.
Collingham, former linebacker, moved over to tight end. Great job by the O-line here. You see plenty of protection, great clean pocket. And then Rippon has the arm strength to make those kind of throws, fit him in there between the safety and cornerback.
That's Daniel Brown, a valuable piece of this defense. Really good cover corner, is on his way to the sideline.
I think right now Rippon's feeling good. We saw him finish the half on a strong note, started this half throwing the ball very accurately. I'd like to continue to see him get through his reads and put the ball in his hand, let him do his thing.
1st and 10, Rippon going deep, looking for Richardson in the end zone. Got it! Touchdown! What a catch! And what a throw!
He's got one-on-one on the outside, and then Richardson just does a great job stepping on the DB's toes. And then what a throw by Rippon. I mean, he let that thing rip. You see right here, 1, 2, 3. Quick hitch, get the safety to take the middle of the field. Oh, and that's a great catch. You see that right foot get down. But holy smokes, that is a beautiful ball. Great job, like I said, by Richardson, stacking his DB, getting on top, and then Rippon doing the rest, throwing as far as he could for the touchdown.
In the second half, Brett Rippon is 8 of 8 for 2 touchdowns. This a gorgeous one to A.J. Richardson. And this wild ride continues tonight in Reno. Off to a great start in the second half is Brett Rippon of Boise State.
You look at the first half, obviously the 2 interceptions, 14 and 22, 125. Since then, he started to see this. We talked about the end of the half, that 2-minute drill, moving them up down the field. And then second half, 8 of 8, 128, 2 touchdowns. And both touchdowns were absolute perfect throws down the football field. Not short throws, down the football field, 40-plus yards. Very, very accurate.
And much happier phone conversations, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah. When you get on the phone with your OC after throwing a ball like that, you try not to smile too much on the phone because you're actually getting some praise for once from one of the coaches.
Dalen Henley, and he's got a seam. Henley bounces it outside to the 32-yard line. Top 25 scoreboards brought to you by Old Spice. One game going on still. USC look like they're about to take down number 19 Colorado.
A lot of upsets. Virginia, that's a big one over Miami right there. Obviously, Tennessee, Pruitt getting his big win. First big win of his career at Tennessee over Auburn. That's a big one. Then Michigan. I tell you what, that Michigan-Ohio State game at the end of the season looking like it's going to be a great one, because even Ohio State these past couple weeks have looked a little bit vulnerable against lesser opponents.
So we'll see if Nevada has another answer. Ganji hit McLean Mannix on a touchdown pass last possession. This is a Tawa, whose brother Vi was an All-American running back. Ran for over 4,500 yards. He played in that 2010 game. He played in the NFL. And he's now on the staff here at Nevada.
Yeah, we haven't seen Toa too much this second half. Even in this game, he's been a little quiet, leading the team in rushing heading into this game. Been a great freshman back from him. I mean, his jump cut, his vision is incredible. So we'll see if they continue to try to use him in the run game going forward. It's been working out so far this season.
Second down and 10. Ganji fires it there. Caught, and it's Toa. And he's going to gain maybe 4. He was just a kid, I mean a little kid, when his brother was the All-American running back. You go back to 2007 through 2010. There it is. And now his brother has joined the coaching staff here. So it's great to have older brother here. And they've got 3 more years of this kid. He's a true freshman. Not playing like one.
No, not at all. You turn on the film, and we talk about vision as a running back, being able to see the lanes. He does that to perfection. And like you said, Rich, at a very young age, has been very impressive.
Third down 6. Ganji short throw in a seam right there for Dubs. And Romeo Dubs is into Boise State territory to the 46-yard line.
You want to talk about fitness in a hole. I don't know how this got through. They drop 8. A lot of defenders, and that's just perfect. Seeing where the window is going to be, that slant window, trusting your receiver is going to be there, and landing it ripping. Great job by Dubs, running through the catch and then getting the first down.
Dubs is a freshman as well. Remember, 70% of the roster is new for Nevada here in year 2 of a rebuild. Who knows? Maybe they'll be the Atlanta Braves of the Mountain West.
There you go.
Ahead of schedule, because last year 3-9, they really had to change a lot of things. What they did offensively, what they did defensively, what they did recruiting wise. And now here they are going toe to toe with perennial power Boise State. Ganji, play action, Mannix. Oh, just overthrew him. Avery Williams on the coverage.
Yeah, that's the second time we've seen Ganji tonight on this post pattern lead his receiver a little bit far to the right. You got to think the middle of the field's wide open. Just throw it in between pretty much the goalposts. Let him cradle it. Could have had 2 touchdowns on 2 big post plays. Instead, throwing, like I said, a little bit too far to the right. Receiver has to adjust his route, slows him down. And that's why you see these misses by about 1 yard, 2 yards.
3rd down and 8. Again, Ty Ganji with a painful bruised left leg. It has robbed him of mobility, which is a key weapon for him. In the pocket, dumps it off. Caught there. Toa gets a block. Toa, 35. Toa's got the first down. Still on his feet. Inside the 30 to the 28. Whitlock made the stop.
Gotta love the play call by Mummy right here. Seeing as Boise State, they've been getting after the quarterback, getting after Ganji, realizing 3rd and long situation, these guys are going to be rearing back trying to get a sack. Call the screen, perfect situation. I love it. Guys are upfield. Offensive lineman did a great job. 1 1,000, 2 1,000 release, get downfield, and then got the first down.
Toa Taua, the true freshman, has been a feature back on this drive, which has reached the Boise State 28 blitz. Ganji has to unload early, does, and I don't think Mannix ever saw the ball come out of his quarterback's hand. 2nd down and 10.
I want to see Nevada right now get back to running the football a little bit. You see Boise State, it's been a long series right now. Guys are a little bit tired up front, hands on the hips. You've been running the ball pretty well so far this game. Let's see if you can get going a little bit, maybe get this to a 3rd and manageable and get into the red zone.
Matt Mummy, offensive coordinator. 2nd down and 10. Let's see what he dials up here. They run the air raid attack with a running attack that's pretty potent. Nice throw and a good catch there. Brendan O'Leary, orange. He definitely didn't see it out of the quarterback's hands. He turned around and it was right in his stomach.
When we talk about Brett Rippon and his anticipation throwing routes, it looks like O'Leary's not really sure about what's going on. Looks like a little bit miscommunication from those 2 receivers, but it worked out beautifully. Ganji threw a great ball low and away from the defenders. Able to move the sticks, now getting the red zone. Once again, they have the height advantage on the outside with these receivers over 5'10" DBs. See if they start taking more shots as they get closer.
Keep it on the ground. And Taua to the 11 in the red zone, the Verizon red zone. One of the whiffs for Nevada in the red zone was that fumble, which turned into a Boise State touchdown. And they were on the doorstep and a chance to open up an early lead.
And then the advantage they do have the last possession there in the red zone with Cooks on the outside. Number 4, his advantage at 6'4" over these 5'10" receivers. See if they take a shot.
Cooks got a hand on it, and that's it. Avery Williams on the coverage.
You see the height advantage, though. You got to give a better ball right here. 1-on-1, 6'4" on 5'9". You can't throw it out of bounds. At least make those guys go for a jump ball. You get a catch, maybe you get a pass interference, get the ball inside the 5-yard line, but you do no good for anyone if you throw it out of bounds.
11th play, another 3rd down. They're 5 of 11 on 3rd down tonight. Blitz comes, Ganji stumbling, wobbling, firing, deflected and incomplete. No mobility at all. Sore leg, he escaped. And it looks like a field goal attempt coming up for Nevada.
Great job escaping, staying the play, but at this point you have to realize, take another shot. No one's open downfield. You're throwing across your body. That's a risky throw in the red zone. Lucky that was an interception. Should have just thrown that ball away and settled for a field goal. We'll see if they get 3 points on the board right now.
Ramiz Ahmed is 1 of 2. Missed from 49. And he knocks this one through. So Ahmed, who had to make the team with an open tryout last year and walking on, brings Nevada a little closer. A reminder to please help those affected by natural disasters like Hurricane Michael. Visit redcross.org for more information. While we have a chance tonight, we'd like to wish a speedy recovery to Adam Lopez, defensive lineman for Nevada. Had a medical scare And we've heard that he is all right and resting comfortably, and your teammates are thinking about you, hoping for a full recovery. So hang in there. And your team is playing well here tonight, hanging in there with Boise State. That guy, number 6, a gutty effort, as Ty Ganji with that sore leg has been effective here tonight. Now, he has thrown an interception, but that necessarily wasn't his fault. It was a 99-yard spectacular return for a touchdown by Tyler Horton on a throw down on the goal line. Hightower watches that one roll into the back. We talked about that great game in 2010 and how they had 28 players from both teams that got to the NFL. This might be the next guy to get there for Nevada, and that's Malik Reed. He is the athlete of the week, our Phillips 66 athlete of the week. Not only an all Mountain West selection, first team as a defensive end last year, all academic for the last 3 years. And he's the active leader in forced fumbles, and he's the guy that when he met with the coaches after last season said, how do I get to the NFL? And they said, at your size, probably not as a defensive end, you should be a linebacker. And he said, let's go. And he's made the position switch and done quite well with it.
Well, I love what they do with him. It's all over the field. I mean, at times you'll see him put his hand down. At times you'll see him blitz from the outside, and they'll put him in the middle of the field and let him blitz between the guard and center. They understand this is our best player on defense. He is a nightmare for offensive line, for quarterbacks. Let's utilize him any way possible. So they've put a lot on his plate, but he's taken it in stride and really has done a tremendous job so far this season.
Now, he's dropped about 15 pounds. Obviously, he's had to change kind of his body and his whole regimen. He's at 6'2", 235 right now. 2nd and 6. Rippon has been brilliant in the second half. Finds Modster, who's hit as he catches it, short of the first down at the 34, but short by about a half a yard.
We'll see right now if they want to go with the quarterback sneak. We saw this in games past. They get to this 3rd and short. They do trust Rippon, his ability to find that little crease, hit it for the QB sneak to get the first down. You see him bring in the big bodies, that more tight ends at 13 package.
That's Blakely, Bates, and Pistone. And Rippon's headed to the sideline. The time has evaporated for the 3rd quarter. What a quarter by Rippon and the Broncos. They've got a 4-point lead, headed to the 4th. You're watching college football on CBS Sports Network. Wild ride tonight on a late night in the Mountain West. Our Chick-fil-A game summary. There were 5 turnovers in the first half, but after that, both these quarterbacks have been darn near perfect in the second. Rippon is 9 of 9 in the second as Boise State has the football on a 3rd down and less than a yard as we start this 4th quarter. Broncos have a 4-point lead, and Rippon straight ahead has got the first down. What's been the difference second half, Aaron Murray, to the first?
You saw him get more comfortable at the end of the first half, but he looks to be in rhythm. He's utilizing his legs, something he wanted to work on this game, to extend the plays. Guys are open, but he just looks very confident in the pocket, and some of the throws he's making downfield are darn near impossible, but he's somehow fitting it in the seam and then on the go balls on the outside for touchdowns.
Madison really has yet to break loose in this one. He's gang tackled by Gabriel Sewell and Dom Peterson.
Yeah, we knew this Nevada team, bigger up front. We knew these guys were going to be tough to run against, but I still like the fact that Boise State's going to stay committed to it because the use of the play action pass, even though you're not running the ball well, has benefited them in the pass game.
2nd down and 10. Rippon, sideline on the money. Modster escapes out of bounds, right on the stick. Looks like he'll be short of the first down by about a yard.
It's these throws on rhythm, and you see the space the defensive backs are given. Just a simple out route, 6 steps, friendly, come downhill, make sure the DB can't cut on it. But Rippon right now, I tell you, Rich, every throw he's making, he just seems to be more confident. His composure in the pocket, the way he's standing, the way he's delivering it, following through, it's night and day. And let's be prepared for another QB sneak possibly.
Madison up, over, and I think he has the first down. He does. And so the chains move. Broncos controlling the football with a 4-point lead.
It's a great job going up and over. Again, that extra yard for the first down. But right now, I just keep it in Rippon's hands. He's been accurate. He's been dominant. I think this defense right now, the DBs are a little scared. You see how much cushion they're giving the receivers on the outside.
10 of 10 here in the second half. Buying time and escaping out of bounds. Nice job by Malik Reed not to blast him into the bench and maybe draw a flag.
This is the point. You get close to the 50-yard line. You want to take a shot. You see the deep routes on the outside. No one open. Great coverage by Nevada. But I have been impressed with Brett Rippon, though. Obviously throwing the football, but extending the plays with his legs. And then no yardage into at least 1 yard to get to 2nd and 9.
Another short throw. That's on the money. Caught short of the first down. Killian Butler with the catch, and we go down to the sidelines. Cassie McKinney.
Well, Rich, this week the Boise State coaches applauded Brett Rippon and his mental maturity. They love the way he doesn't let mistakes or mishaps hang on him. He eliminates the negative. That's something he struggled with in the past. Coach Harsin said Brett is a guy who will leave this place better than he found it, and you can tell he's had an impact on this team, guys.
All right, on 3rd and 1. Thank you, Cassie. Rippon now split wide. Little wildcat look. Madison. And he's to the 41. There's a flag down. There was a lot of moving parts, it felt like, with that play. And part of it might be, Rippon has got to, as a wide receiver, he's got to get lined up properly. This could be offsides.
Offsides, defense, 5-yard penalty. Be at a pretty spot, first down.
Now look, Boise State is renowned and the very best in college football at their trick plays. A fly sweep is about all we've had. Here's a look.
Oh, it's not even close. I mean, half his body's lined up over the football. It's an easy call for the official. Free 5 yards and another first down for this offense.
So 1st and 10. And that is Andrew Van Buren. And part of playing Boise State is preparing for these trick plays. And the Broncos not only use the trick plays to their advantage, but they use the threat of them to their advantage.
Well, and we've seen it all night, these DBs kind of playing a little bit more cautious, not willing to come up there and press these receivers one-on-one, making sure they see everything that happens, whether it's reverses or jet sweeps or double passes, flea flickers. I mean, anything you can imagine, Boise State has the possibility of doing at any point during a football game. 10th
play of the drive. Rippon on play action. He's going to tuck it, trying to find his way to the first down. He'll be short by about 4 yards. Lawson Hall made the stop. It'll be 3rd down and 4.
Great job by Rippon right here. Even utilizing the umpire as a blocker down the field. Set it up, get a little screen, get a couple more yards. That's a great job. Utilize everyone. They're out there for a reason. And right now, this is a big down. This could be 4-down territory. We talk about the strength of the kicker for Boise State. They may be looking at this as 2 opportunities to get the first down.
Blitz comes, Rippon throws in traffic. Did he hold it? Killian Butler makes the catch. What a catch that is by Butler. And that is a first down. That was great coverage.
That's great coverage all over. Just better throw, better timing, better location.
That was ended up between his legs, and he somehow kept it from hitting the ground. And so the drive continues. Watch where this ball ends up.
Actually gets knocked out of his hands.
Look at that.
That's pretty impressive.
That's creative. 1st and 10. Deflected. Intercepted by Nevada. Picked off. James Fotofili. with the interception. The freshman linebacker on a ball that was deflected. And Fotofili brings it all the way back to midfield. And another enormous play by this Nevada defense.
It's unfortunate because this is a great throw by Rippon. Right in the money, bounces right off C.T. Thomas's hands.
You know what? My bad. It's Nephi Sewell.
And nothing you can do right here as a quarterback. You put it in the spot you want. Unfortunate, maybe a little bit too much mustard on an underneath pass, but I still think it was fine as a receiver. You got to haul that in. But a great job by Sewell being there to catch it for the interception.
So Nephi Sewell, who's the younger brother of Gabriel Sewell, his number is 6, and it looks exactly like Fotofili's 8. So I'll take that one. I'll wear it. Just like he's wearing the turnover towel. On 1st and 10 from the 48. Fired to the side, caught there. And that's Elijah Cooks. Lost his shoe, held the ball. And that's a gain of about 7.
See how much space these receivers are getting the outside. That's just easy pitch and catch.
Wow, Boise State was in control. Rippon was rocking. He was perfect. He was 12 of 12 before that pick here in the second half. Good hit there. Jackson Kincaid for Nevada. Nothing going. He's going to lose a yard. Wimpy on his way off, holding that right arm at his side.
It's a great job by Miles on the outside, blowing up the tackle. Number 71, Jake Nelson, knocking the running back in the backfield. And now for Nevada, this could be 4-down territory too. If you get close enough to this 1st down stick, if you can make it maybe a 4th and 2, somewhere kind of around in that area, I think this team will go for it.
Remember, Ganji has limited mobility. On 3rd down and 5. Mannix in motion. Boise brings 3. Incomplete. Caleb Fossum in traffic. And now on 4th down and 5, we'll see what Nevada does here.
I'd punt the ball at this point. I think there was with 8 minutes to go in the game. Your defense has not been great so far this half. Obviously, they just had their reception, but other than that, Boise State's offense has done pretty much what they've wanted to do. If you don't get this, you give Boise State a pretty short field to be able to go down there and put some more points on the board.
Well, they're 2 of 2 on 4th down, and a big gamble here. Ah, there you go, the quick kick. And a fair catch called right at the 14-yard line. So Nevada gives it back. Boise State still up 4. Tomorrow, CBS Super Bowl season continues with a doubleheader day. Pittsburgh and Cincinnati. And the top defense in the NFL, Jacksonville, heads to Dallas to take on the Cowboys. It kicks off with NFL Today at 12 Eastern. Speaking of the Cowboys, how about them Boise State Bronco Cowboys? Of course, Kellen Moore, the great quarterback, is the quarterback coach there. Darian Thompson just joined a group that included 1st-round pick last year, Leighton Vander Esch, Cedric Wilson, record-setting receiver, DeMarcus Lawrence, Tyrone Crawford. That's pretty impressive. Broncos well represented in the NFL right now. Boise State football, 1st and 10, their own 15. Ripping hands to Madison, and he's swallowed up immediately there by Chris Green.
I tell you what, besides the long jet sweep, that first possession or second possession of the game for the long 88-yard touchdown, this run game has been non-existent for the majority of this night, which is not great going forward for this team. Especially midway through the year, you'd hope the communication will be better with the offensive linemen, getting their guys, the double teams up to the linebacker. We haven't seen that tonight. It's just not dominant, and that's going to hurt them going forward the rest of the season.
You take out Hightower's run, and the Broncos have rushed for about 64 yards. And this is going to add to that total. That's a 7-yard carry by Alexander Madison. Gabriel Sewell made the stop for Nevada. The Broncos are the power, or at least have been a traditional power of the Mountain West ever since they joined the conference. Heck, ever since they've joined the conference, 2011, They have lost all of 12 conference games. 12. 16 consecutive bowl games. 3 Mountain West titles in the last 3 years. And many expect that they'll add to that total this year. Rippin fires it. Diving catch there. And it's made by Richardson. And that's good for a first down. The interception here in the second half was a deflected ball, but it was his 3rd of the game.
I saw that the graphic before we were talking about all the players in the NFL. We saw Cedric Wilson, obviously 83 catches, 7 touchdowns last season. The big question mark was who was going to replace him at receiver. I tell you what, they have a group. It's not just one guy, it's a group of guys at that position who've been very dominant so far this season.
Broncos keep it on the ground. Robert Mahone and Nephi Sewell, wearing number 6, made the stop. All right, best in the West, brought to you by Best Western. How about Utah State?
They've been on fire. I mean, probably the surprise team in this conference. Been dominant. Hawaii's offense, I know they've been struggling a little bit tonight, but this entire season they've done a tremendous job. And then obviously a big loss for Air Force yesterday. They were rolling with Donald Hammond III at quarterback. Got hurt last night in the loss. We'll see how long he'll be sidelined going forward.
Hawaii lost at Brigham Young 49-23 tonight. Rippin steps through the rush and dumps it off, and it's incomplete. Chase Blakely was the emergency outlet there, and it's incomplete. It's 3rd down and 6. Malik Reed with the pressure.
Well, they've done a great job with Malik Reed. We haven't said his name enough tonight. He was a big focal point for this defense, getting pressure after Brett Rippin. And then for Boise State, they knew they had to stop him, whether it's keeping a running back to block him, extra linemen keeping an eye on him. But they've done a great job bottling him up, making sure that he's not causing too much distraction in the backfield.
So 3rd down and 6. First man through, that's Mahone, and he's got the first down to the 45-yard line.
Love the play call. Nevada most of this night in 3rd and medium to 3rd and long, dropping 8 in coverage, expecting a pass. So what do you do as offensive coordinator? You call a run. Guys are dropping 8, 9, 10 yards deep as a linebacker. Only 3 defensive linemen there. It's easy to get the first down and get only 5 yards.
At their own 45, and they're eating clock right now. Broncos have been really good on that 3rd down tonight. It's not easy against Nevada's defense, who's one of the best in the country on 3rd down. Mahone finally corralled by Gabe Sewell.
Yeah, I want to watch Rippin a little bit right here. Want to throw his hat in the ring, see if he can block. Of course, he goes after a cornerback who's 5'11", 170. But hey, got to give the quarterback props for throwing his shoulder in there. My one suggestion is, though, go with your left shoulder. He went with his right. Got to go with the non-throwing shoulder if you're going to throw a block.
How many did you throw in your 4 years as a starter at Georgia?
I went 1 block one time against Arkansas with the crackback at defensive end. He spotted me at the last second, and I think I flew about 5 feet in the air. So that was the end of my blocking days. 2nd and 5. Broncos are selling out on the ground right now, and Madison is short of the first down to the 46-yard line. Well, you got to look right now. I mean, 4:30 to go in this football game. 3rd and short. If Boise State's able to convert this down, now you need to start worrying about the clock if you're Nevada. I know you got 3 timeouts, but hey, listen, this game is going to start clicking away. Somehow Boise State's starting to find the run game a little bit right now. Nevada's a little bit tired defensively. This is a big play if you're able to stop them and force a punt.
3rd down and a yard. Got the first down. Madison bangs his way down to the 41. And Brian Harsin, who was the offensive coordinator on that team. Chris Peterson was the head coach back in 2010. We told you that's the only time in the last decade that Nevada has beaten Boise State. Harsin, a terrific run. First as the offensive coordinator, and now as the head coach. Of course, he's a Boise guy. He played at Capitol High School. Went on to play the quarterback spot at Boise State. Not a lot of room there. And Madison He's hit at the 39-yard line. And Nevada is going to take a timeout, I believe. And they do. It's their first. We'll step aside as well. 31-27. Broncos.
College football on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Sonic's Car Hop Classic. Get a quarter-pound double cheeseburger or a slinger plus tots for just $2.99. By the makers of 5-Hour Energy. Get back to 100%. And by Best Western Hotels and Resorts. Go get rewarded with Best Western.
If it's going to be a happy homecoming here in Reno, Nevada's defense needs a stop or another turnover. Brett Rippon and Boise State are on the move. They have the lead, and they have the clock at their advantage. 3.5 left. Brian Harsin and the Broncos in a crucial Mountain West game. Rich Waltz, Aaron Murray, Cassie McKinney. On 2nd down and 9, Alexander Madison trips and tumbles at the 37. He's well short of the first down. And this is going to be a 3rd down and about 6. And another timeout by Nevada. Jay Norvell trying to conserve some clock. That makes this 3rd down and 6 enormous.
Yeah, and right now for Nevada, what they need to do is make sure you don't give any easy throws. We've seen it so far the second half. Quick slants, quick outs. We're going to see coming back. Big 3rd down for this Nevada defense. Can they get off the field, get the ball back to their offense?
Next Saturday's lineup on CBS Sports Network. UConn at number 23, USF, and then San Jose State and San Diego State in the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. Group of 5 teams.
I'll tell you what, those first 2 UCF defending champions, national champions, had a scare today against Memphis, win 31-30. USF last night, tough one against Tulsa at Tulsa, ended up winning 25-24. Last second score to win that one. Cincinnati, I tell you what, we covered them a couple weeks ago. That's a great football team, playing really well. And then San Diego State, obviously some big wins. And then Utah State, been the surprise in the Mountain West, have had a great season so far this first half.
Big 3rd down here, 3rd down and 6. Boise State with the ball on the move. Oh, and Madison swallowed up, crushed at the 39. Asani Rufus came flying in.
And Rippon's beat himself on this one a little bit. Obviously, you see the blitz from the outside. He had a swing route by his number 2 receiver, just a little bubble. Your time as a quarterback, if you get any kind of pressure, you pull it, you throw it. He would have had one-on-one with a safety who was late coming over top. Most likely would have had a chance to get the first down.
All right, Nevada has used another timeout. They've burned all 3 of their timeouts, but it's worked. They're going to get the football back.
In plenty of time. You had 3:17. Obviously, you'd love to have timeouts, but you know with college football, the clock stops. When you get a first down, obviously the key is to get out of bounds, get the ball directly right back to the umpire, referee, anywhere you're close to, get lined up and get going. So, like I said, plenty of time with 3:17 for this offense to make some noise and see if they can finish this game off strong.
And obviously a field goal doesn't do it. They're going to have to go and get 6 points.
Well, it looks like Boise State's going to go for it, though, on offense right now. They feel good with whatever 4th and 8 call they have.
Well,
see if they're going to. Well, if I'm Brett Rippon right here, I'm doing a hard count. See if I can maybe get a free 5 yards. Try and make this a 4th and 3.
And then take the delay and then punt it.
And let's say of a play they love, but I'm definitely going to try to see.
Oh, they snap it. And Rippon will throw, and it's caught right on the sticks. That's Thomas. And he's got the first down. What a gutsy call and a brilliant throw by Brett Rippon.
I tell you what, he has made some electric throws tonight. This one may one of his best. One-on-one, Damian Babers does a great job. He's all over Thomas in the slot. And this may be challenged. They may see where the knee went down and then where the ball was. It was close, but man, oh man, was that a dime of a throw on an out route, on time, only where his receiver can catch it. And I think they're going to review this one. I think it's got to be close where that knee hit. We'll see where the ball was.
You can review the spot, and they will do exactly that. Now, they've already moved the chains, but they'll be able to spot where the ball and the chains are at the end of this replay. And we'll take as many looks as we have. Here's our first one.
Tell you what, great job. Man in his face, throws it outside, only where the receiver can catch it. And we're gonna have to see where that left knee, when that left knee hits the ground, and then where the ball is. I think this is gonna be a great view. Pause it right now.
He's got the first down. I mean, we're obviously at an angle.
Yes.
But the ball goes straight down from the reach, and it's past the stick.
See what this shows us right here.
As well,
I think he's right on it. I think it's a great spot.
And the original
close.
The original call holds weight. You have to have definitive evidence to overturn or change the spot here.
So pause it now. It's too hard to tell. It looks like it's right on it. Obviously the left knee is down. And like you said, Rich, there's nothing definitive to tell us that this ball was not crossed for the first down.
CT Thomas is a sophomore wide receiver from Lancaster, Texas. And you're right, Cedric Wilson is impossible to replace. But they've got a squadron of guys. I mean, we've seen Hightower electrify the
Monster,
offense.
Richardson, they got Octavius Evans, CT Thomas, Shakir, and then Hightower. I mean, it is a group, sometimes a group effort. It's better than one guy that guys' defenses can key on. I don't know who you could double team right now on this offense because they are too talented.
After further review, the ruling on the field stands.
So not confirmed, but stands. Not enough to change the spot. It's an enormous play, and it may have just sealed the fate here. There are no timeouts left for Nevada. Boise State going to need another first down, but the way they're running the football, they've been able to do that on this drive, which is eating up clock and yardage. 13 plays, 54 yards, over 5.5 minutes. Clock was started on the ready for play, and on 1st and 10, long count. Madison, you can hear the sideline screaming, two hands. That's coming from the Boise State sideline.
Well, I just go back to a few weeks ago, Oregon versus Stanford. Oregon thinking they won the football game, just running it, trying to finish the clock. Running back fumbles the ball, Stanford goes down, kicks a field goal, ties the game, goes to OT, and Stanford wins that football game. So, yeah, as a quarterback right now, Rippin, you're saying a few things in the huddle. One, listen up. Take your time. We're going to snap it with about under 5 seconds. 2, don't go out of bounds. And 3, 2 hands on the football. And then for Rippin, every time he hands it off, he needs to make sure he follows his running back in case the ball does come out.
Madison again, 2 hands, and down he goes.
Brenda!
Don Peterson made the stop. 1.5 minutes. Clock continues to run. Nevada really sold out with their timeouts. They used all 3 of them. They got the 4th down and 9, and then Rippin pulled one right out of his left ear, so to speak.
Yeah, there's nothing you can do. I mean, the coverage was perfect. It's just a great quarterback making an incredible throw when the time matters the most. And I wouldn't beat myself up if I was a defense on that one. It's just, like I said, just a better play by a really, really good quarterback in this league.
Madison the setback, 3rd down and 9. If they throw it and incomplete it, that could stop the clock. I doubt they will. Madison straight ahead. And he is stopped. Now 53 seconds. Watch. Okay, so you see the play clock has started. There is a 12-second differential. Hogarth does not have great range. If they tried to kick it here, that's a gamble too, because you could have a block and a return. So it's 4th down and 7.
I would either try to, maybe they could pooch kick it, go for it. You don't want to kick the football here and risk a chance of an all-out, sell-out block, pick up and return for a touchdown. I'd rather go for it, run it, see if you can waste a few more seconds off the clock, and then just play great defense from there.
Well, they're going to let, obviously, the play clock run down, call a timeout with 13 seconds left. And it's 4th down and 7. We'll take a timeout. We'll see what Boise State does on 4th down when we return. For all the wild swings of emotion and momentum and the big plays, this game has come down to an 8-minute and 13-second drive, 16 plays, 57 yards, one huge 4th and 9 pickup.
And you got to go for it here. You don't want to risk a kick and trying to kick a field goal, get blocked, even a punt. I say go for it. You can eat up another 4 to 5 seconds, and then from there you're just going to play great defense.
Do you run around with it, or do you just take a knee?
I would take it out, just run a normal run play. And that should, like I said, that should kick off about 4 or 5 seconds.
Madison in the pile, and he's trying to stay on his feet. 7 seconds. Clock actually lost a second. They may get that back, but it looks like they've got essentially one play. Short of the first down. He almost got the first down, actually. He was about 3 yards shy of that.
And now we're about to see, we talk about Boise State with all the trickery and hook and ladders and all that good stuff. And this is something you practice maybe once a week on a Thursday or Friday. This type of play, throw it, get guys going downfield, make sure you continue to lateral it.
And remember, you've got a quarterback with a very sore left leg. That's that lead leg, as he's going to try to throw it as far as he can.
I'm surprised they kept him in here. I would have put the backup in, just someone who's more athletic, just in case the ball somehow finds his way back to his hands.
He has to scramble, and he's running out of time, and he's run out of time. He was out of bounds. Was there any time on the clock? It has expired. Boise State is coming off the sideline like they've won it. And let's take a look at the clock. But without the speed to get there, I don't think he got off in time. He is out. There's 1 second on the clock. There's 1 second on the clock. This game's, I don't think this game is over. Now the field is filled with players. The handshakes have happened. I mean, obviously, if you're Nevada, you want this snap. And to your point,
I don't know if I love the obviously they're trying for a Hail Mary and hoping to get some kind of pass interference down the football field. Something like this, it's that gadget play. Like I said, you throw it to a receiver, you have another receiver come underneath it, it's just a hook and lateral from there. It's just throw it back and forth. But as we see right here, look at the clock at the end. Steps out of bounds right now, and there's still 1 second on the clock. So they should put one on there. And this gives them some time to kind of say, okay, this is what they're doing defensively. This is where they're going to be. Now let's see if we can make a better call going forward.
25-yard line. Please put 1 second on the clock. 25-yard line.
Your point's a good one, though. Throwing a Hail Mary, oftentimes mobility helps a quarterback to move away from the rush. And Ganji doesn't have that right now. And you did hear.
Well, even if you decide to go the hook and ladder route where you start pitching it back and forth, I would rather have a more mobile quarterback out there in case the ball somehow finds it into his hands again. But it looks the way they're lining up right now that they're going to attempt most likely a Hail Mary in hopes of getting some kind of pass interference down the football field.
There are 3 Broncos down at the 20-yard line, their own 20. Ganji looking to get his feet set, fires it, it's short. Coming back for it is Cooks, makes the catch, pitches it back. Right now, ball's loose, and it's over. And Boise State has covered the football and won the game on a gutty effort by that guy with a sore leg. Brian Harsin and the Broncos. Brett Rippon, a terrific second half. And the throw of the night was that 4th down conversion that essentially ran out the clock.
Oh, he made a few. Those 2 touchdown passes we saw in the second half, and then obviously that last one to kind of seal the deal on 4th and 8, 4th and 9. Just an absolute dime in the outside, and that's great to see. Obviously, rough game last week, rough first half, but really bounced back. Very impressive to get this team to 4-2. 2-1 in the conference, right behind Utah State.
And this is why this is such a critical game for Boise State, to go to 2-1 and 4-2. And of course, for Boise State, they've got Colorado State coming up. And Brian Harsin and the Broncos survive. Broncos win it. For Aaron Murray, Cassie McKinney, our entire CBS crew, I'm Rich Waltz. This has been a presentation of CBS Sports Network, 24-hour home of CBS Sports. Let's send you back to New York. Everybody's still up back there. Brent Stover and Kevin Carter. So long from Reno.
Rich, Aaron, Cassie, fantastic job by our crew. Indeed, we are still up. In fact, you got the coffee going?
Hey, got it right here.
About your 7th cup of the night. All right, 31-27. Boise State 4-2, 2-1 in the Mountain West. Had to gut out this victory, but at the end of the day, they got it done.
Really exciting ball game. I like watching this one because from halftime, they pretty much traded scores back and forth, but very uncharacteristic of Brett Rippon to throw this many interceptions. That's what equalized the game and made this exciting, more exciting than it had to be. That's what evened the playing field and gave Nevada a chance.
Boise State over 200 yards rushing for the 2nd time this season. By the way, good division, that Mountain Division. They're going to face Utah State's final game of the regular season at home. ICF is next.